Honk. That is what I'm talking about. What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Arvonauts, to a Tuesday night stream. That's right. It's Tuesday night. I said it. It is Tuesday night, and we are here with more of Citizen Sleeper as we are back with the Arvocalists with a slight twist in the normal sort of process of things. But we'll talk about that in just a minute. Thank you all for being here. If you have not done so already, please make sure, just a slight twist, Wayman, please make sure to follow the channel. I'm not going to go through this again because I did it earlier on today. Make sure that you do all the things. Subscribe to our YouTube or Twitter. Please check out our Discord. Please check out our website, arvonauts.com. Please support us at the Patreon, which is what allows me to pay, although not enough, but I'm working on building it. Pay the Arvocalists for their time and service with this amazing voice work that they do. That is the Patreon, !Arvtreon. Of course, the shop, !Arvshop. Triffid and I are reworking that. Should be done fairly soon, the next couple weeks, we hope. And all of that stuff, the publishing stuff I talked about. But again, Icarus, Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, and Greyshade are all really awesome, so please check those things out, especially Greyshade, because we're pushing that quite a bit. And of course, subscribing to the channel, I forgot to mention that. That is important too. Thank you for the resub, Triffid, just now. I appreciate it. So let's do that with the publishing. And as I always say, !BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now. The World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Very important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war. And we send the message that we will stand not just with them, but with others who are in a similar situation in the future. Also, as Drew was kind enough to put up there, the Klein, I was actually just talking about this with someone who will remain nameless for the moment, but we are starting to gather together. This is the time of year when I start to gather together, reach out, and I'm going to be doing more of that in the next couple of days, emails to various companies that will be the sponsor list for this event, our event ArvCon, to benefit the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation, of course. Now going into, I think this is either our 8th or 9th year that we've been doing ArvCon. Very exciting to be able to have Damon Runyon with us as one of the official sort of partners with us. And of course, this event that I'm talking about is happening on Thursday, May 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern, happening at the Klein. Just got some exciting news about some merchandise that may be given away at this event. I will talk more about that as those details are finalized, but that is super exciting. The Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation will benefit from this, as will the Klein Memorial Auditorium, as we do a live event with Claire Cooney, with Carlos Hernandez, with Zach Clay, about whom you will hear more in just a moment, and about Robert Austin James, also known as Darkside Rob, plus, of course, our high school student. All of those are going to be joining me on stage for my night at the Forbidden Library in front of a live audience. We are selling tickets right now. The Klein is selling tickets, both in person and also on the online as well for the live stream. In person and live stream are both $5 tickets. So this is Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. This is a very exciting event, and there's going to be giveaways and surprises and all kinds of good stuff. And that is leading up to, that is the opening event, I really should say, of ArvCon 2023. The rest of it will be virtual, but this one is going to be in person and virtual. So I hope you folks will be able to join us at the Klein Memorial Auditorium. And again, I will be happy to send flyers or any information that people need, including physical flyers. If you're able to put them up and you live somewhere in the tri-state area, that would be great. Even if you don't live in the tri-state area, having something available so that you can let people know about it so they can go to the live stream would be useful. Again, the $5 will support both the Klein Memorial Auditorium and most of all, of course, Damon Runyon. There are the two flyers that you can see there. So with all of that said, tonight we have got the power of the Arvocalists has returned, at least partly. So I'm going to unmute myself and apologize unreservedly for having interrupted whatever conversation I interrupted because I couldn't hear it. And then I have unmuted them.
Now.
And
Hello. Hi.
Last but certainly not least, I'm going to head over to reveal The people, they are here.
We are the
They are
people.
here this time. We have returned. The Arvocalist was off last month because of scheduling difficulties. We have a few more scheduling difficulties this month, but not too bad. The way this works is because of the incredible busyness of all things, what that means is that we are going to have today the Arvocalist of course, one Mr. Zach Clay and Rem Alternus as well, who is, I will introduce in just a moment, each of those folks. And then two people, or one, not two people, one person, KP, cannot make it today, but KP will be here. I decided because we missed one last month, why don't we try to get KP in this month anyway? And so Rem, who's got a bunch of stuff that she's involved with, is not going to be here in 2 weeks, but KP will. So Zach has agreed, has done the veteran move of sacrificing for the team, and is going to do two, not one, but two Arvocalist sessions. And so on the 25th, Zach will be back, but this time accompanied by KP instead of Rem. And in May, in case you're curious, yes, all three Arvocalists will be here at the same time in the same virtual space. So that's going to happen in May. No shrugging. This is an absolute, we're just going to speak it into existence. Anyway, but that's the deal with that. So I'm very excited to be joined today by a dog, and also to be joined by one Mr. Zach Clay, who is here for both of these things. So it's good to see you, Zach. Listen, Zach has never been called by me or the people around us old much of the time. I think he doesn't mind the veteran line for a change.
That's exactly right. Yeah, I have always, and I think still will forever be young Zach. Ever since I joined.
Young Zach. Yep.
I'm still. I've said to Art before, I still think I'm the youngest cast member on any of your content. Probably.
I think that's still true, but that'll change when we do the live event, because there'll be a high school student.
That's right.
Unless we have not a very, unless we have a high school student who's had some trouble and, kind of like,
yeah,
then
super senior,
27-year-old high school student.
Yeah.
Assuming that's not the case, I think you're right. You'll remain that way. So how are you doing, Zach? How is life in the universe with you and so on? And and what's going on with you these days in Zachland?
I'm great. I was just telling Rem that although we're both incredibly busy, I can at least say for myself that all of the things that are making me busy are things that I enjoy. And a lot of it is D&D related things. In fact, I would say now 70 plus or 80+% of what's keeping me busy is D&D stuff, which is not something that I could say a couple of years ago. So I'm not complaining. I'll just say that it's a lot of fun, but it doesn't make the desire to be less busy go away. So soon enough. But otherwise, no, I'm doing great. A lot of storytelling and a great distraction and sort of character development, I would say, from the horrors of the real world that we should continue to address when those are the appropriate time. For some reason, I was thinking today about voting when it's not the time right now, but when it is, guys, we have some stuff to do.
Well, and it's also, let me just quickly say, we are also, what we do here is also community-based and community-driven in an effort to show people the importance of coming together for stuff like this and to inspire others to do that as well in real life. This is not, we have a lot of fun and I like to have a lot of laughs and all this and be very silly, but I'm deadly serious about the value of what we do. Like so yeah, amen is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I agree.
I 100% agree too. Yeah, it's a benefit to a lot in a lot of different ways. So yeah, that's me. I'm here. Obviously, our vocalists also here for Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, our Saturday campaign, which is going great.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to get back into this.
Good stuff. Thanks, Zach. Always a pleasure. And by the way, I've had a chance to see some of Zach's back and forth with Hannah, who is doing the character for Expedition of Dr. Jaraxis, and it's going to be pretty epic. I am super excited for that kind of thing. And there may or may not be some more character art associated with this event that Zach is participating in next month, perhaps. So just keep that in mind, chat. I promised you surprises. And there are surprises coming from multiple sources, but I can't say more because I don't have everything set in place and confirmed. But it may involve some other Arvocalist besides Zach. I'm just going to say that someone else may be involved with making part of ArvCon even better. And I'm not going to talk more about that. You can just all conjure with that and think about what that means as I come with, absolutely a perfect sense of timing, I think, to Rem Alternus. It's good to see you, Rem. How are you? I know you've got a lot going on. And yeah, can you, first of all, congratulations on stuff. Can you tell everyone the cool new stuff that's been happening, I know, for your company, but also for you in terms of that company and so on?
Yeah. So my company is Rem Alternus Productions, and we produce Kickstarters. We produce audiobooks. We do live streaming. Actually, I'm feeling like pure meta right now because my channel is streaming on Twitch right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
I was like, wait a minute. No,
we're
All
also
right.
streaming on YouTube on the Shadowcasters Network, and I'm right here. So it's just like three places at once. It's great. It's really cool to see just like when you take your hands off and things just are happening, and it's wonderful. But the big news is I am now the community and marketing director for Catalyst Game Labs.
Hey, outstanding.
Yeah, and we currently have a $5.4 million Kickstarter that is live right now, and it is BattleTech Mercenaries, which is just massive and just overwhelming.
Did you
It's
say
super
what the
cool.
funding amount? What like it was the what's the level Kickstarter that it was of all time? Did you say?
It's the right now, and it's been creeping up every day. We are in the 39th spot for the most funded Kickstarter across all categories of all time.
Oh, good God.
Absolutely crazy.
5,418,535. 18,789 backers. Wow.
Yep.
That's
They're
a
all
lot. And
leaving
there's 9 days
comments
to
for
go.
me.
And there's 9 days to go. Oh man, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's been great. It's really cool to be part of and join at like a really exciting time.
Yeah.
Overwhelming but exciting, and there's just been so many cool things planned. We're actually going to Toronto next week to do the final 72 hours as like a live stream, and like Ash from Guerrilla Miniatures Games is coming to face off with Randall in a BattleTech 2-day tournament thing.
Oh wow. Did you say 2-day tournament thing?
Yep.
Wow.
They're going to be playing from 10 a.m. until whenever they finish the day's games. Wow. And then the last 24 hours will all be live streamed all night. And we're going to be bringing on, we're going to do an AMA. We're going to bring on the Catalyst crew to talk. We're going to bring on like writers, freelancers, visionaries in gaming, just to talk about what BattleTech means to them and seeing a campaign like this and what it means for the future of BattleTech. So
wow, that is big stuff. That is big stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that in the middle of all that, you were able to fit us in. Hopefully this will be a little bit of a respite from that.
Honestly, so like having stuff on my calendar at this point just stresses me out. But I knew from the last time I was here, I was like, but it was so nice because it's the only time I can play a video game.
Yeah.
And and I'm excited about it. So here I am to relax.
This is good. I'm glad, and again, well deserved, and congratulations on all stuff, both your own company, but also now with Catalyst and that new position. That's awesome. So chat, we are back with Citizen Sleeper, and we are going to see what we can do here. I have a feeling, although I don't know for sure, that we have moved into the latter stages of the game. I think that's fair to say. Like, there's not a lot left of the ship to explore. Like there's not more undiscovered country. Like we found some stuff, and some of it's going to be based on like DLCs that they open. And I've already decided that once we play through this, we will maybe come back to this with DLCs later. But once we do this, I think that'll be good because we'll have been playing it for probably by that point about 5 to 6 sessions with Arvocalists. And besides, the next thing that I'm going to want to do, because I'm excited to have Zach and the new folks involved with this, is some more Ace Attorney stuff. So we're going to be doing Ace Attorney, which is a huge blast. And again, it's a strong flavor, so we don't do only that because then people get sick of it. But for a few months at a time, there is not much like listening to the Arvocalists take on the characters from Apollo Justice, which is the current game that we're on, and those things. So it's pretty awesome. So we will do that. But first, we've got some Citizen Sleeper to play. And so I have put together all of this, and I believe that the Zach and Rem, I think you can both, you said you can both see, and hopefully you'll be able to hear.
Yeah, we heard that.
thing when it came. Okay, good.
Of your Windows
That's a good sound. That's a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Remember to tell people about your channel's streamathon at the end of April, Triffid says, Rem. I have two special reasons to be excited about that.
Thanks for being a better marketer than I am. Yeah, we just have so much going on. So the last weekend of April is our annual streamathon, and there are still spots open. If you've ever thought about streaming, if you ever just want to get in touch with a new community of gamers, no experience required. You can just hop into a game. We're doing like Power Rangers and Shadowrun and something about raccoons in a trench coat, or something, Sky Pilots. I don't know. There's a ton of games over 36 hours for you to choose from. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's great. And yeah, Triffid has been helping me out as my assistant, so has been doing a great job. So yes, Triffid is very in the mindset of marketing, being like, wait, Arv, what about this thing? I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I should remember those things. So
Triffid's going to be in 2 of those games. Oh, I'm so excited. New faces.
And Triffid is tons of fun to play with too. I have been lucky enough to play role-playing stuff with her, so that's going to be great.
Am I allowed to put the Discord in the
course,
chat?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely. You're always happy to promo everything here, of course. My favorite Arvocalist character is still Sean. Well, Sean is awesome. I mean, like that, I think we can all agree Sean is awesome. But NeoCab was the best game. Yeah, NeoCab was great. We've had a lot of really good ones. I think Drew's right that like as a group, the Ace Attorney games are kind of an Arvocalist staple. But in terms of games that really like, I don't know, stayed with me, and besides Christmas Carol, which is its own thing. Like that, I would say that NeoCab was definitely up there. I really like the Banner Saga too, as well. So that was also cool. So check that out. Join the link Discord, right? Join the Discord and be a part of this awesome stream experience on Rem's channel. It's awesome. Okay, so on we go. Clearly, we're not here. We're on the 28th cycle for sure. That's it, huh? It's like less than a month. It feels like in like game time. It feels like more than that overall. There's been a lot. True. Well, so are you, Drew. But yes. Okay, here we are. Now, right. Now I need to remember what the hell we were doing. Okay. I think so. We have, let's see what we've got. We have got Feng is located a Conway facility buried deep in the wastes. He needs your help to crack it and expose Harden. Okay, so we can meet Feng in the Greenway. We still have to disable the tracker, but to do that, we have to help Feng finish his stuff, and then he can disable the SNR tracker. So we have to help Feng to do this whole disable the tracker thing. Entering the Greenway, so we did that, but we haven't unlocked the Greenway gate because we have to find a grow bed for the seed that we have. And I think one of the things we had was close to making that possible, but we have to treat the soil or something. We'll go back and look at it.
I just remembered the murder we witnessed too.
Yes, that's right. Of the sleeper, right? Also a sleeper.
Yeah.
That was right there. Yeah. Oh my God, that was something. And then we have Ankita wants you to help her locate the crew member who betrayed her, Ashton Cade. And Ashton, that's the one that we just saw that you were talking about. We confronted Ashton, and it turned out that was what happened. And it was because of Ankita, I think, took out Ashton because Ashton tried to basically shoot her, right? And so then she took him out and also took out the sleeper, as I recall. So we have to talk to Ankita about what happened. We might want to do that first because presumably that'll give us some quest bonuses there. Flotilla aid, we have to bring mushrooms to the Briar. Okay, we need more of that. Those are the people that we ran into towards the end of this when we ran into them and then they ran away, and I think we decided that was part of the DLC maybe. But get to know Emphis, that's our guy who's our cook. We have to bring him some Matsutake caps so we get to know him even better. And we have to clear the aviary so we can grow some mushrooms. And the last thing is to set up a distillery and a bar. So now we've got all that. I'm sure that's clear. And the last thing is upgrades. And I think what we're doing here is I think we said we were saving this to build, to get something. I think it was we were going to either to drop cryo action costs, or maybe we were going to like use scrap components, something. We were saving it basically, so that's why we haven't used that one upgrade. So that's it, and it's a new turn. So I think the first thing we ought to do is go talk to Ankita first, because again, we need some,
if we can find her,
info. Ah, yes. Well, that's interesting. Also, that's telling us to go see that.
Could just do that.
All right, let's do that first, I guess. Okay, so Rabaya. Oh, right, because she, our doctor contact, has been kidnapped, I think, by Yadigan. And so Yadigan said they would stay, like we could have the same deal, but they wanted to basically track what we were doing. And then there was this address that Rabaya, who I think is the Yadigan contact, gave us. So I think that's where we're at.
Okay.
So, okay. And hi, Tilted. What's up? Good to see you. Oh, that's true, actually. Chat with the old men on the beach. Yes, I forgot about that. That was a big deal. Okay, so, so who wants to narrate and who wants to be the random voice? I don't know who it is yet.
Oh, yeah, because it might not be Rabaya. I mean, maybe it is.
Are you Rabaya? Did you play Rabaya, Zach?
No, I think Rem was.
I played Ankita, Jenna, and Esha.
Okay.
Never mind.
So, okay.
It doesn't really matter.
So
then, either way.
So then let's have Rem start with narrating this one, and you can be the random voice, Zach, and we'll find out who that is in a minute.
All right.
As you approach the address Rabaya gave you, a heavy hand falls on your shoulder.
What's your business here?
The enforcer grips your shoulder, giving a hint of the strength her implants give her. As you turn to see the same subsidiary eyes as Rabaya and Toshiro, glinting like mirrors on her cheeks.
Ah, so maybe I should have switched this. Okay, so have you seen... Okay, here's the reference point. Rem, have you seen Honor Among Thieves yet?
Yes.
Okay, so Holga.
Let me get the half half smile going.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and we'll switch and have Zach narrate for this one.
See, Holga was my favorite character.
Oh, perfect. See?
Right?
See?
Yeah. Good choice. All right.
Gia, please. The sleeper is here by my invitation.
Nice.
At Rabaya's command, the hand immediately loosens. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait a minute.
This is Rabaya.
Oh, dang it.
Replaces the scowl. Okay, so all right, so there's Gia and Rabaya. Okay. So, well, I mean, I guess I could narrate, and Zach, you be Rabaya, and Rem, you be Gia. Does that make sense?
If that's what you want.
All right. So start the paragraph over again with Zach, I guess.
Okay. Gia, please. The sleeper's here by my invitation.
At Rabaya's command, the hand immediately loosens, and an apologetic look replaces the scowl on Gia's face.
Of course, Rabaya. I'm sorry.
Rabaya waves her away.
Don't you worry. I appreciate your protective instincts.
She smiles at the enforcer.
How about you head to the Tambor? They have a delivery coming, and they'll need some help with the lifting.
Gia nods and does not walk away because there should be more lines. Okay, we'll worry about that later.
So, Sleeper, you came. I'm glad.
It didn't feel like an offer.
I'm sorry for that.
So now you can narrate since you.
She smiles a tight smile.
You have to understand, finding you there in Sabine's unit, I wasn't sure where we stood. There are more than a few people on this station who would rather I was dead. I had to be sure you weren't one of them.
I was so tempted to be like, not yet. I wish you no harm.
I am glad.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Rabaya begins walking and gestures for you to walk with her. She takes you down a staircase into the bustling walkways of the low end.
What do you know about Yadigan?
You run the low end.
She laughs.
That sounds impressive. We run out of the low end, yes, but we don't run it.
People with carts push past, moving crates of supplies around the thin and winding passages.
Our reputation is one that implies threat. Is that fair to say? We are framed as aggressors. Parasites, criminals.
But these are all just words. Good and evil mean nothing. Oh.
She gestures around at the people in the passageway.
But when was the last time you saw a lawmaker on the eye? A policeman? Who makes the laws here?
Erlin did.
Indeed. You understand the history then. That is good. But Erlin is long dead, Sleeper, and his rules were little more than an optimist's manifesto. The Eye has changed so much since then. If you had spent your time in the Low End, maybe your opinion of us would be different. This is our place, our people. The Low End was empty in Erlin's time. They didn't need to house thousands, and keeping the yards and the rotunda safe was work enough. No, the Low End was reclaimed later, when the refugees started arriving.
Rabiah meets your eye.
The collapse didn't just happen here on this station. When Solheim collapsed, the entire system felt it. Colonies were abandoned. The moons of Ember and Cinder suddenly gained independence overnight. Some took advantage. Some tried to hold it together. Some fled. The Eye became a refuge, and Erlin, to his credit, extended an open hand to everyone. But many within his organization disagreed, and those new arrivals weren't as simple to corral as they hoped.
Rabiah leads you through a small market hall, busy with small stalls and traders.
Erlin's union was made of workers, administrators, people who were malleable and already organized into hierarchies and networks. The refugees came from different factions and families, were scared, injured, desperate. Conflict was inevitable. Yadigan is a child of that conflict. A child born out of the need for us to stand up and claim our future, to provide security, strength. People call us a gang, but we are a community. I take my position as lieutenant seriously, and from my birth, I have worked to earn it.
Rabiah catches herself before she raises her voice any further, and you both walk in silence for a while, among the smells and textures of the Low End. You start to wonder if this place could be a home for you too.
Where is Sabine? Where's Rachel?
Rabiah sighs and takes a moment to answer.
I told you, Sleeper, they've gone, and we do not know where. I understand Sabine must have told you about their debt to us. But that was an agreement entered into willingly, and which benefited them greatly.
At the beginning, anyway. And yeah, you're right, Emily. Optimist's manifesto is a great phrase. I was thinking about that, too.
I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I was never comfortable having Sabine as part of Yadigan. An ex-corporate employee, it goes against our nature. But their deal was with Yannick. I kept my distance, made sure Sabine had their surgery, kept it supplied. That was all. I cannot allow people to go back on the promises they have made to us. Yadigan has not lasted this long because it's a charity. We offer and ask for support. Any betrayal will be treated as an attack.
They were trapped, desperate.
Many on the Eye are, Sleeper. I'm sorry, but we must ask that our debts are paid in full.
Sabine found something.
Please. I don't want to hear their accusations. They only want to escape their debt. They would have said anything. But where are they now, to stand behind their claims?
Yeah, I don't buy any of this. I will find them.
As will we.
You realize that Rabiah has led you in a loop, and together you both come back up a staircase to the walkway where you met.
You're free to go, Sleeper. I've said what I wish to say.
She looks out through the windows of the walkway.
I would protect this place with my life, as it has protected me. I want to make that clear.
She turns back.
However, if you too wish to come under its protection, I can help you. Return here if you wish. There will be tasks for you to complete. You will be able to see Yadigan, to see the low end, with your own eyes, not as others frame us. As for Sabine,
She pauses to consider her words.
I will not ask you to betray them, but if they contact you again, consider their motivations carefully.
With that, Rabia leaves, slipping back into her office, while you stare out at the countless units, each are home, each with a story that make up the low end.
All right, so we have a new drive, which is work for Abaya. I don't want to be a Yadigan enforcer. I'm sorry. Like all of that stuff, like, well, they're really a family. Yeah, I'm sure they're all misunderstood, yeah.
Join our crime family.
Here, you too can be something.
Make a deal. Make a deal.
You keep it in the family. Always keep it in the family. All right. Right. So, okay, where the hell is Ankita? Because actually, probably in the Greenway, I guess. So, all right, let's go to the Founder's Ferry, cross the Greenway, which we can now do for free. All right.
Yeah, I don't know where she is.
Where would you go after you committed murder?
It's a good question.
McDonald's.
What did you say?
McDonald's.
McDonald's. Going to Disney World.
I think we went to the hot dog vendor after we watched the murder, so that makes sense. That checks out.
Yeah.
That's probably true. We're like, man, I'm starving. What about you?
2 number 9s.
Let's see. Why is it we always have to wait for Fang? Okay.
We're always waiting for Fang.
Always waiting for Fang. All right. Well, what the hell? Are we supposed to just like hope that she shows
that's
up?
her old ship, though.
Ankita's away. A note says sleeper stay. I'll be ready soon.
There we go.
Interesting. Okay. All right. So we have other stuff to do first. Okay. So, I mean, we have also like 6s and stuff like that. Do we have anything? I think we did all of what was available here in this spot, as I recall.
Time to feed the kitty?
Listen, that cat.
Yeah.
We've been bamboozled by this cat, all right? This cat does not accomplish anything. Okay.
Don't care.
No, that's the problem. That's how they control. It's the fact that you don't care. It's true. These are true statements. Oh man. All right. All right. No, I don't want to just wander. Okay. So, okay, we need to find Fang, but he's not there yet. We need to do that. Enter the Greenway. Oh yeah, unlock the Greenway gate. So, let's do that because that should at least give us a sense of. Okay, go back to the main. No. Elevator. Okay. Yes, descend. Okay, so now if we go back to where I never should have left in the first place, to the Greenway, it should be tracked somewhere.
I don't know if that's how that works.
But it's tracked. Doesn't it work? Maybe you're right. So
I know we were working on that.
The aviary. We were doing that.
Yeah, we're
right,
close.
for I guess the mushrooms and stuff. So it's safe. And we can get 3. So that means
let's just do it. We could throw our 5. Oh no.
That's our 4. We could do that. Oh, I see what you're saying. Throw the 5 and then that means that's definite. All right, let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Let's get that clear. Yes. Indeed, we find a bird's skull.
Ooh.
Okay, we have the aviary. It's done. It's good. Now we can germinate spores. The old growth of the aviary has created a rich medium into which you can place the spores from the groves. They'll grow well here. Okay, insert 1 grove spore. That's a gardener's seed. Fit. Okay, that's not it.
Interesting.
Well.
Guess that's something else.
Damn it. Okay, is it this one? Mushroom groves. Whoa. Oh, spores. So we could get spores.
To gather or study. what kind? It's
So if we do this,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's risky. Worst comes to worst, we get a spore.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do it. Yeah, 2 spores.
Yay!
All right, now we go and put the thing in the stuff with the business. Okay.
It was
where
right
is
next to it.
No, right there, yeah. Okay, spores.
Germinate.
Exactly. Do it now. Okay. It's a repeatable action.
Fungal beds. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if that just gives us food for free, too, by the way.
I don't know.
Oh, so we need 1 more, and then that's filled.
Yeah.
So I guess we should get more spores.
Yeah.
Okay. Mushroom groves. Okay. Can we do... no. Let's do this. 4.
Yeah.
Okay. There we
There
go.
you go.
2 grove spores. Then we go here. We put the grove spores in. Okay. And... Okay. You extract the spores. Sample print, mix them with water, inject them into the prepared mulch. It is precise work. And now
Space
what
mulch.
The spores need time to germinate and spread in the aviary. The indirect of... Okay, so we got another clock. All right, fine. That's fine. So...
It's also another cycle.
Another cycle. Oh, because that's Fang.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Is it the farm stacks where we can put... No, that's steal the harvest. They can pay us. We don't have a lot of cryo, so there's that. But where is the freaking thing for the... Is it here? The self-sustaining community?
Haifa member.
Maybe we have to become part of the commune to be able to get the whatchamacallit? The, you know, the thing for... So we can find the growing bed for the seed. Because otherwise I don't know where else the grow bed would be. Like, it's not there. I guess the wastes? All that is gathering scrap.
Yep.
And that is, I think, where... Right. That's where... and that's the DLC. That's the new episode. That's the episode Flux. Okay, so I think it probably makes sense then to try to get in with the commune and maybe make some money if we can. I guess the... Oh, well, they don't really have much in the way of money, do they? I mean, I guess we could do one of these. Get 3 ticks. That's a lot of ticks, though.
Yeah. And what... Yeah, I guess it's just the faction that's native here, I guess.
Yeah. And it's the only thing I can think of is that that's the only place where there'd be a seed bed to put the seed. Otherwise, I mean, because the Esfa thing doesn't do anything. We don't know where Ankita is, right? Oh, well, we do. We have to wait for Ankita. We're growing mushrooms. We're doing that now. The only other thing would be to set up the distillery. I'm not going back to work for Rabaya.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either help the distillery or do this. And we probably want to save the 3 so we can try to get a little bit of money, I would think, to save. So we have Yadigan data right now. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to work the grow beds here. Although, actually, I don't know if I want to do that off of a 6, though. Well, on the other hand, I don't know. Maybe do this and then use the 6 to, like, gamble and win money.
Ooh.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Neutral. That's fine. 2. Okay. All right. Let's go get some. Let's go get some coin. There's a new drive. What?
Must have coin to feed the kitty.
Could you find a home here? Volunteer at the Commons. Join the Haifa commune. Okay. So there's more stuff. Man, that is a lot of drives. Okay. Yes. Must go feed the kitty. Right. Got to do that with money. So we got to go do that. So we can clearly waste our money. I mean, so we can clearly spend it. Oh, I forgot that we could have re-rolled. I have that. I keep forgetting that we have that thing. Okay, here's Rabaya's office. No. Data fence. No. Noodle factory. Oh, we also have the noodle factory and delivery. So that's express delivery, which we could do. Yeah, that would get us 13 cryo, or we can gamble. So let's see.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, gambling got us like 29 or something.
And Ethan, we got that Ethan clock that's
Oh,
coming.
that's
coming due
tomorrow,
too. Yeah. Play the exchange. This is the thing. Yeah. Yep, that's what we want. Okay, 19 cryo. Pretty good. Aha, I re-rolled and got nothing. Okay. So we have full energy and full condition. So actually, I guess we just go home.
Yep.
Is what I think makes sense. Right, and that's still cycling. And that is still cycling. So a lot of things are cycling. Last thing is this. Do we have any Yadigan data? Havenage agent. Yeah, okay, we did this already. Okay, all right. So let's go back and drop a couple of coins to feed the kitty for no reason.
I'm impressed how you remember where you were and stuff like that, because I've come back 2 months later after playing a game. I'm like, set it all on fire. I'm starting over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am only sort of basically kind of semi-remembering.
It's the house icon lower down.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Right.
Thanks. Yep, you're right. Okay, feed the stray.
Yay!
Sigh. Being bullied into petting this cat.
Yay!
Stray crunches up the. I love. It's always even the same phrase. It's not even a different thing. It's not even like, oh, the stray, favors you with a purr. Like nothing. It's just.
There are two types of players in this world. Me and Zach and Greg.
Just like, All right. So we got a 5. We got a 5. We got a bluck, and a bluck. All right. Well, we'll re-roll those eventually. All right. We're leaving. We're not feeding the stray till we get some money. Ah, it's our boy. Okay. This is, I think Zach was doing Ethan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Rem. More narration for you, but we will get voices.
I'm good with that.
You miss me?
Ethan smiles a ragged smile at you.
No.
You look at him. He is paler than usual, hunched. He is sporting a black eye and more than a few cycles of beard growth.
It's no way to greet an old friend.
Friend?
Well,
He pauses.
colleague?
This guy.
He smiles weakly.
This is big. Really big stuff about you.
He seems more jittery than usual, on edge.
More jittery than when he almost fired a gun at our head in the bar?
You remember how SNR canceled the contract on you? Contract I was gonna collect?
I remember.
Well, I'm guessing you were pretty happy about that shit. Overjoyed. Me, I lost everything. Let's not worry about that.
He smiles sarcastically.
So what did you think? Huh? That was it?
I so want to say I was glad to be done with this dude. I will, however, stay silent and judge silently.
Well, it was. Except,
Ethan leaves a dramatic pause.
what if old SNR gave the bounty to someone else? Someone who's even more of a shithead than yours truly.
He smiles darkly.
What a disaster that would be.
Bullshit. You were bluffing.
Sure, you could think that. And you'll wake up, or not, with a bullet in your head one of these cycles. And if you could think, which you won't be able to because of the bullet, you'd be thinking, oh, I wish I listened to Ethan.
He grins. Ethan fishes around in his pocket for a slip of paper.
I've been speaking to some friends, you see, some colleagues about what went down. Turns out SNR canceled all their bounty contracts, the whole lot. Seems they've brought someone in-house. Some guy who did so well their last contract that they got offered a job.
He leans in.
Apparently, he made a hit on this ship called the Winter Wonderland or something. It was smuggling sleepers out from under Essen Arp's big corporate nose. He killed the crew and blew the ship.
Ethan whistles.
They call him Hemwick, Maywick, John Wick, or something.
John Wick.
He gives up looking for the paper.
I forget. Yeah, John Wick, that was it.
Were you excommunicado?
It's John Wick, you're screwed.
Yeah, I was gonna say his name is John Wick Gray Shade. Like it was like a great.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm a dead man. Then.
Only way to win is to, Alt F4, leave the game.
I was just gonna say, yeah, exactly.
Do
Back
not
up to save.
kill his pet.
No,
Keep feeding the
keep
cat.
feeding the cat.
Okay?
The cat's my only chance,
That's
right? Yeah. You mean Winter Light?
That's it.
He looks at you hard.
So you do know about all this.
He pats you on the shoulder.
Then you'll be very happy to hear what I'm about to offer you.
Ethan runs his hands through his greasy hair.
Given this new information I've brought to light, it seems like you're in need of protection.
Freaking kidding me.
I, meanwhile, am in need of assistance in kind. Turns out I upset some people at the compressor last time we were there, the owners. They say they'll space me unless I work off a debt. Seems they are that kind of businessmen.
He grimaces.
I would pay them, but...
He shrugs and turns his jacket pockets inside out in a mime of poverty. In a mime of poverty. He looks pitiful. Even more so for his clownish acting.
Seriously, then work it off.
Mime of Poverty is my favorite cover band.
You should be glad
The anger rising in him now.
that I came here and told you this. You think anyone's looking out for you? You're a contract. You're a name on a list.
He kicks the wall.
Yeah,
Take that, Wall.
You're a real saint, Ethan.
Thanks.
Ethan rubs his temples.
I'm sorry.
He hisses.
I'm sorry for being a shit and trying to kill you while whacking that thick skull of yours.
He sighs.
You think I want to go up against this guy, but us.
He jabs a finger between the two of you.
We don't have a choice, so you keep me from getting killed and I'll do the same for you.
It's interesting because we could have killed this guy already. Interestingly.
Yeah.
We can help each other. A straight 50-50 deal.
He looks at you.
I'm not asking for a favor.
I think the answer is I'll think about it since you're literally thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean that's probably true.
Thanks, man.
Probably a good point.
Ethan nods.
I'm at the compressor every cycle, working. Just
He pauses.
think about Maywick. Think about that cold-eyed SNRP shit on his way here from the core systems.
He smiles.
That should give you the motivation you need.
Do we get a Maywick cycle clock? Because
Ethan swaggers off down the I can't talk. Ethan swaggers off down the corridor, throwing his jacket over his shoulder.
Can't wait to be working with you.
He shouts.
new drive. Decide if we're getting a little. Let's see. Gain Ethan's protection. So I have to work in the compressor to what? Okay, wait a second. I just want to at least see what they're talking about. Okay. Compressor club, work the front, and I help pay off Ethan's debt. Really?
Wow, which you were still doing before he was
right?
off the contract. You were paying off his bar tab.
Like, this guy is...
But, I mean, when that guy shows up, I bet he's going to help you.
Yeah. I wish there was an actual clock around here that was just like, oh, okay, these...
I bet there is somewhere.
There might be. Okay, we can buy some scrap. We can offload scrap. Oh, no, rather they can offload scrap. Okay, containers, right? We don't need to do this now. All right, well. So that's a cycle that's still waiting on. Shipyard. All right, this is to get, like, connected with Havenage to be able to become more of a yard hand. So there's that, too. That doesn't have anything specific associated with it, but... Yeah. And then the
It's
Overlook
sort of,
bar is... This is to add to the Overlook distillery. These are all big clocks, though, so we need to make sure we, like, decide, yeah, we're going this way.
Yeah, their Fang's thing refreshed. And I know someone else's did today, too. There were two big...
Yes.
big clocks.
So. Both in the Greenway, I think. So
yeah.
let's go there.
I miss the character that woke us up at the start.
Yeah,
who,
and we
who
should
we
go
are
back
not-
to his old house and see to where we were. Yeah, he was cool.
Hi, we missed you. Wanted to come for a visit.
Another one of Zach's. Oh man, I promise, Rem. You'll pick up more. It's
I'm
just,
getting my narration practice in
Right?
for sight reading.
All right, Fang, give us some good news here.
When you enter the service dock, Fang is already set up, crouched among stacks of equipment. He is leaning over a terminal, bathed in a blue glow. He looks totally at home.
Sleeper, what do you think?
Turns out,
Yeah, I
Wait,
added
yeah,
a quote
that's
for no
strange.
reason.
Yeah, okay.
Still you.
What do you think? Turns out not everyone in Havenage is set against me. A couple of my old systems pals managed to ship in some of my old gear. That whole paragraph was just up. But we made it.
he gestures at the pile of blinking hardware.
Nice kit. That's
Oh.
right. I said it.
Fang does a mock bow.
What are we looking at?
One massive smoking gun.
He raises his eyebrows. Fang beckons you over. He has a set of scans of the wastes on his terminal, with heat maps of activity overlaid. A chunk of the derelict rim is blotchy with bright red and orange marks.
Does this look like a wasteland to you?
Fang shakes his head.
There's hundreds of Conway machines out there, all lined up in concealed hangars, and a whole underground facility to support them.
Really? Okay.
Arden's got a crew out there putting them together. They must have shipped them in piece by piece through the shipyard, ready for assembly out here.
Machines?
That's Conway's whole thing. Remote operated vehicles. Drones, cutters, salvage haulers, the full set. Maybe Harden masked this whole thing as an effort to clean up the waste, but there's no way this is about pulling scrap off the eye.
Fang looks worried.
And why's Conway in the mix? I bet no one in Havenage knows another corporation setting up on the station. They aren't stupid either. These scans are the best info I could get. Wastes are cut off from the eye's cloud of networks, and the Greenway's a total dark zone. No data can come in or out.
We can't hack them?
We can't from here.
He turns and winks.
That's why I'm gonna pay them a visit.
Isn't this exactly what we did last time? We're like, I'm going to
It
confront
is.
them directly in front of security,
and I got
and then
captured and almost died.
and then
Yep,
you paid off
remember.
my debt. And
Yep, it was wonderful.
how?
You forget. Havenage come in and out of there all cycle. I should be able to get in. As long as no one I know sees me.
He grimaces playfully.
But I need you on the outside. Help people disable security systems, cut a pathway through. There's no cloud access, but if I can get inside, I can open up nodes in their network. We can work in tandem.
Okay.
It's a massive facility. Buried deep down there. Miles of corridor and ventways wrapped around cargo bays and hangars. So it'll take more than a few cycles to work through it. But as long as you can keep them off my back, I know I can rip what we need out of there.
He pulls a handful of ripper worms from his pocket and hands them to you.
There's your lunch.
Yep.
I mean, these are the last of my little helpers
Dinner
I
of
managed to
ripper worms.
salvage. So make them count. I modified them slightly. This time they'll feed their data threads back into the system they're tunneling into. Creates a nasty little feedback loop. We run it just like we did with the agents. Hack the nodes I ping to locate the ports for the security system, then slot the worms in those systems and let them go to town.
He points to a fuzzy silhouette of the buried facility on the terminal.
There's the entryway. This is where you can get access and slot the first worm. That'll fry their perimeter systems, get me past the first cordon. What I need from you is to keep your eyes on the facility after you kick things off. You see me pop up a security system, server bank. You need to break in, slot a ripper to disable it as soon as you can.
If I can't?
And gives you a hard look.
You miss a system, you wait too long, they're gonna find me. Simple as that.
He claps you on the shoulder.
I need you focused on this one, so I'm gonna let you fire the starting gun.
Oh, I'll be concussed.
I won't go until you slot that first worm. I'll leave a tracker running on the terminal here, so come back here if you want to see my progress.
He affectionately pats the top of the screen.
Nice screen.
This sounds risky.
Risky. This is audacious, at least.
He grins.
Wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't.
Fang gets up.
It's all in place. You just need to make your own preparations and slot that worm.
He stretches.
Man, I don't get tired of that phrase. Slot
Just
that
slot
worm.
that worm.
Just slot that worm.
Just make sure you just
slot the worm.
slot it.
Let's
Just
get one
don't-
more before we're done with
Yeah,
this
if you could just,
conversation.
like-
Yeah. Don't wait too long. I'm getting bored of all this sneaking around.
When I would rather have you just... Okay.
Slot that worm.
Right.
It's the name of this Arvocalists episode.
Arvocalists, the slot this
So-
worm, the slot this worm protocol.
Once I'm inside, I'll get the proof we need to end this whole thing, no matter what.
He crouches to check the terminal.
Can't take longer than 6 cycles on this thing. Remember that.
Well, that's good because I don't have 25 other freaking things to do at the same time.
Yeah, it's like, what is this, a real life simulator?
Seriously,
Oh, too real.
too real. The feel is just. Yep.
I'm gonna start saying that. I'm gonna be like, I have one cycle to get this done.
Yeah.
He stands up.
Oh, one last thing.
He lowers his voice.
If I get caught, or you can't reach me, or we run out of time, there's one thing I need you to do.
No, jeez. And you
Slot
know what
that
it's
worm.
Now, a whole like studio audience, like it's a game show.
Slot
Whole
that
studio.
with like LED, just like
I feel like that's
lights.
like what an alien
Oh
species
my God.
interpreting humanity would make. Like, and here's an example of human game show entertainment,
This is when, and then all of them say the same line.
such as slot that worm.
They're very
Oh my
excited
gosh.
by it.
All right. You take whatever I've managed to pull at that point, all that data, you slot that stuff straight into the relay I've set up here.
He points to a pile of servers and terminals hooked into the dock with hooked into the dock with cables as thick as your arm.
I repurposed the dock's SOS broadcast system to beam out whatever you put in it. Anyone with a terminal, a slate, a server on the eye will see it. That means Havenage, Yadigan, the hub, everyone.
Okay.
No matter what, Harden isn't snaking away this time.
He grins.
I've got a bit more to do here, but the moment you slot that first worm,
Let's go.
I'll make my move.
Ding.
We got one more.
We need a
Yeah.
little ring, just like a ding.
Drinking game. We're all toasted
Yeah.
already.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're yep.
He gives you a parting smile and turns back to the terminal.
Hmm.
The nerves hit as you make your way out of the service dock. Time to prepare yourself.
Amazing.
So when we start doing it, the point is we don't, and you don't
Slot
stop.
that worm.
Yeah. Okay, we got another day to wait for Ankita. She'll probably be like, all right, I need to tell you a long story. I'm like, yeah, great. I just need to go look at something. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is my life story. No, but I really need to.
Yeah, she needs us to socket the snail.
Socket that snail. Oh, my God. All right, the mushrooms have not quite germinated.
I feel like after shooting someone, there's something about a slug
Yes.
to be done with that.
Yes. Yes.
Deposit that slug.
Deposit that slug. Where do we go meet him?
Who?
Like, okay, we did that.
Fang?
Yeah, where do we?
I feel like his thing. He said it's just like when you're doing
slot
the
the first
Yodigan
ripple.
agents.
Oh.
You go to
yeah.
the eyeball thingy. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Slot that worm.
Slot that worm.
Hey,
Okay,
there you go.
here we go. All of our attention.
Hey, we're doing it. We're doing it, Faye. Slot the worm.
The worm tunnels in, starts looping data through the node. The Conway facility opens up to you. Godspeed, Fang.
Goldspeed, Fang.
Whoa. Oh. All right, Zach, you take this on. Let's see if we can get some.
Great. As you slot the worm, a thread jumps out of the facility. It unspools in front of you, releasing its data like ink in water.
Thank you so much for slotting the worm in this moment.
Yes.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
And right
Crap.
the curse continues.
Yeah. Okay.
Sleeper. I'm here with a dog.
Sorry, Rem, I
Fang's
guess-
voice crackles through.
Yeah.
Moving in. Nodes, then ports.
A whim? Is that what that?
Whir.
Oh, a whir. A whir of interference.
Slot the worm.
It's
Who wrote
unbelievable.
this?
Really?
They just, I feel like they probably wrote this while they were on worms or something. um,
They're like all having
Slot the worms.
what is it with the
Slot
what is the worm in the alcoholic drink where there's a worm
A
associated?
gummy worm?
I don't know.
Is that what it? No, there's like isn't there like an alcoholic drink where you've got like there's literally a worm that's connected somehow with the drink? I mean, I don't drink, so I don't know. But
No,
I don't know about that.
I know there's a
tequila. Thank you, Gregory. I was
Oh.
like, I knew there was something like that.
Never heard of this.
Yeah.
I know that there's a drink that has a 100-year-old toe in the bottom of it.
What?
Yeah. Look it up. There,
A
chat.
100-year-old toe?
Mm-hmm. I don't remember where I read that. I think probably in the Ripley's, one of those old Ripley. You guys ever read those Ripley's?
Yeah. Believe it or not, right? But
Yeah. Mhm.
there's an.
I don't like
There's a
that.
bar in Anyway,
Yeah, I don't.
uh,
I'm not.
It doesn't like that either.
No, I don't blame. I mean, really, I.
yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Timer starts now. Stay safe. Enough about toes and worms.
The thread dissipates. You are on your own now.
Okay, let's go. This node is linked to the outer security area. Feng must
Oh,
be
okay.
struggling to get through. Hey! That actually works. What? We can do this. There we go.
Yeah.
That's right?
Yep.
And then we extract data.
No, you got some cryo out of it too.
Nice.
Which
okay.
I think that was one of the perks you made, or you picked, or maybe.
I think that's right. Okay, F port 1. I don't know if that's the same one, if it's like linear, but let's just double check quickly. Right. Okay. F1. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Rip a worm.
Slot
through.
that worm.
Lost
Slot
that
that
worm.
worm.
Da-da-da-da.
Plus Fang's progress. Layer S unlocked. Okay.
Slot that.
Oh, geez. Let's go with Consec S1. More complex. One access point won't be enough to locate the port, but a 3 will be. Should I... Now, question. It says to match input. I can get away with it with a 3. Should I use the 3 or should I use the 5? I guess I should use the 3 because we want the higher numbers, I assume,
I
for
agree.
later, and I
Later.
can re-roll them. Yeah. Okay. Bypass.
Yeah.
Extract data. Okay.
Dang, that's actually getting pretty lucrative.
That's not too bad. Whatever. You're all going to make me use it on cat food anyway. Okay. And now Consec S2. Both the S layer nodes seem to be extracted before the... Oh, shoot. Hurt! Okay, I need a 2 or a 4, right?
Yeah, I don't think we have too much else to worry about. 'Cause we're
Yeah,
waiting
I'm
on
just
some other
I'm
plots,
just
so-
worried if we don't get the dice rolls, but all right.
Yeah, I think you can go for it. Okay.
Yeah, let's go. Woo. Okay. There is time. Okay. We got the S1 port location, which is the third Ripper Worm. Okay.
Slot that worm.
Slot that worm.
Okay, Conway drones tasked with patrolling the hangars. Fries the drone's network link. Now they can't report anything. Okay. Oh, Christ.
X1.
Jeez. The final security layer. Okay, well, that's a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, I do the 5.
I guess
yeah.
5, right?
Or, yeah.
Because I would, yeah.
Well, actually,
Mm,
I think if you were to use, if you're focused on these, which I think is a good idea,
yeah.
that the 6 you will not be able to use for a 5 in case that one of the next ones is a 5,
Ah,
right?
that's true. That's true.
So, I
So
would use
probably
the 6.
probably the 5. Use the 6, yeah.
As long as you're not worried about doing anything in the real world.
No. The only
Alright.
concern I have at the moment is
like-
that we're not going to
yeah.
have enough to do this, so I don't know how that's all going to go down. We only get 5 dice at most, so it's like...
Yeah. He made
Anyway.
it sound like this is a multi-day thing, though, so...
Did he? I thought he was like, you focus all your attention. I don't know. Maybe
I doubt they'd make it so you couldn't complete it in a single
Yeah, probably.
thing.
Okay, consecutive X2 and X3. All right. Oh, you were right. Wow. Good call, Zach.
Smart.
That's using your noodle. All right. Or your ramen on this place.
Yeah, my worm.
Now, nothing we can do. I gotta...
Yep.
Yep.
Not much time left. Eh. So we got to get a cycle, right? Like I can't get another...
I think there's a is there a clock outside that tells you how much?
I don't know. Let's go topside and see.
Maybe not.
Was it? Yeah, Feng's progress. Oh, how many cycles you have left?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
oh, geez. Okay, we're fine. Like I'm
Yeah.
I'm all worried about him. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, right. We're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll finish this.
He's gonna sleep in the air vents.
Yeah,
It's,
really. Like
Yeah, he's probably down there like, whoa, you're too fast.
like the doors like 5 miles ahead or like moving.
Yeah.
Hey!
I've opened the gates.
Oh man, Gandalf doesn't. You don't have to wait for Gandalf to get to Helm's Deep. I am there. I am here and ready to go. There's a Spanish drink with a lizard instead of a worm. The toe alcohol is in a bar in Alaska.
Yep, that's right.
I'm sure that's true. Okay, we need energy, so we need to go get some food. And fortunately, oh wait, no, not that energy. Where do I buy me some food? All right, Emphas. Input 15 cryo. I got your 15 cryo.
He makes mushrooms sound really good.
There you go. Okay. Good. Wonderful. All right. Going home. And Kita's not done yet, right?
Right. One more day.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to stop at my old home quickly. Ethan says Maywick. Oh, there we go.
That's a long time.
That's a long clock. All right. That's good to know.
Leave the station. Interesting.
That is
or
good
just-
to know.
Interesting.
Wait, what? It said what?
Yeah.
Leave the
Three
station, get
very
protection, or
interesting
disable your track. Well, if we do this with Feng, we'll disable the tracker, and then Ethan can go pound sand, as far as I'm concerned, right?
That's right.
All right. So we're going to go stay in our awesome, really new home, which is right here where the home says. Oh, my God.
You can skip feeding the cat today if you
Nope.
want. Oh, nope. Edit.
All
Grandma
right.
gotcha.
Maybe it's bringing us good luck. This is ridiculous, and I want an achievement. I want multiple achievements. All right, from this. All right. We save Feng. We talk to Ankita. We get our
We fed the cat.
mushrooms. We fed the cat. Okay. Yeah, I was worried about that. I was hoping we would get one more. But it's okay. We will get more energy soon. TM. All right. We're going up here. We're going to go take care of this before we do anything else. We're going to help Fang. Save Fang. Hashtag save Fang.
Fang. Hashtag slot the worm.
The hashtag slot worm. All right. Oh, gee. Well, I'm glad we have oh, we don't. Okay.
Oh.
That's unfortunate. So we probably should roll all of them to give us the maximum chance of getting a 4 or 6, right?
Yeah.
I mean... Yeah, there we go. Okay. So now we do want to use the 4 because...
Well, this is another one, though, that only would take a 6. Or, like...
Well,
but
the next one is another Ripper Worm, but you're right, because he's still got the Ripper Worm.
Yeah.
No, you're right. This is the right call. You are correct. Right. All right. Fang is in. Consecutive port X. Final layer controls surveillance. Okay, I hope there's not 4. Okay. Aha! I don't know. I don't even know who to make.
Well,
You know it's going to be Fang
Yeah.
talking.
It's Staper.
A thread from the facility cuts through the cloud like a hairline crack of light. That's it. The final layer of security broken. Somewhere, buried in the depths of the station, Fang is in control. He is slicing into the camera control circuits and piping out the result.
It's like the Running Man scene where he's just kind of like, he's been lying to you.
The thread flickers and unravels into an image, a scene, 2 figures in a room, one sat, the other pacing. The pacing figure resolves into Hardin, the unmistakable superior posture, the shock of gray hair. The second figure's features don't seem to resolve. They are vague, unformed. A problem with the data, perhaps? You look closer.
My God, it's Bob Generic.
Then you see it. Max Headroom?
Yeah.
The figure is Proxy. Perhaps you should have expected it from Conway, a corporation whose very existence is owed to automation. The Proxy is a machine designed to be piloted by remote connection. Someone elsewhere in the system puppeteering it with their own body, speaking so it may speak.
Sam Worthington.
The Proxy sits impassively, or the Conway executive that is piloting them does, from the distant safety of some ship or orbital colony, perhaps.
So now, okay, so Rem, so you can, I think, do Hardin here.
Okay.
So Hardin is a kind of a smug corporate guy who's always in control. I wonder if he's maybe getting a little over his head, though. But that, he always has this kind of like presentation of, yeah.
We can move forward, there is no doubt.
Hardin is saying.
The reclamation teams are almost ready, and after that, I will make the declaration. Nothing has to change.
The Proxy leans forward, its movement stilted, uneven, as if its body was being refracted through water.
So Zach, do you want me to take over narration and you handle this kind of like,
Yeah.
the council, the boss being like, we're not happy with you, Hardin, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But things must change, Hardin. We need further assurances. I have been informed of a breach in one of the closed networks in the low end. You've been careless.
Hardin waves the accusation away.
We have been stretched. A breach was detected, yes, but no data of value was lost.
Our board is concerned, Hardin. A drop in our value would be unwelcome at this time.
The Proxy leans back, its posture dominant.
If the reclamation of AE-1 is contested, then we could be drawn into a comprising legal position.
Hardin approaches the Proxy.
There will be no contest. Not from Solheim, who cannot muster a defense, not from Havenage, who will fall into line below me.
He crouches in front of the seated figure, eye to eye.
And the people of this station? Refugees, gangs, spacers, all either opportunists or degenerates.
Run that on loop on the evening news.
Havenage is no longer strong, no longer united. No one here believes in Erlin's vision, nor has the strength to enact it. I sat across from him at the negotiating table. He was forceful, eager, weakened by his ideological convictions, perhaps, but a great man nonetheless. This place no longer deserves to bear his name. The eye is crippled. It cannot survive. It is a ruin filled with squatters and outlaws. They will be lucky if it still spins in 100 cycles.
Hardin stands.
You will move forward with the reclamation, because otherwise you will lose your advantage in the system. Without your advantage, you will lose claims on the remaining palladium. Without the palladium, your factories will go dark.
He pauses.
Do I need to continue?
One moment.
Comes the response from the proxy, and its head drops to its chest. Hardin steps back and paces once more, awaiting the discussion taking place elsewhere in the system. As the camera continues to roll, he explains how he hates babies, how he never loved his parents, and how he kicks puppies on a regular basis. Okay. You watch Hardin as he paces, as he considers his future. What goes on within a mind like that? In the mind of man who would burn all those around him for a path to some imagined golden end. The proxy lifts its head.
We are happy to proceed. We will legally claim the station, formerly known as Solheim AE1, as salvage within 6 cycles. Havenage is to assist with the transport of the illegal residents to Conway housing and labor facilities.
The proxy judders to its feet.
Conway will also claim 70% of the raw output of the reclamation process after losses have been accounted for.
Seems like a lot. Hardin nods.
I accept.
The proxy reaches out to shake his hand like a marionette, and then the recording loops. You watch it play out a second time, gripped by a horrified fascination. There is a bluntness to the conversation, to its blatant disregard for humans as anything other than objects. Things to be moved, to be used, to be fed into structures, crushed, and losses accounted for in the cells of tables, the margins of ledgers, the purpose and consequence of late-stage capitalism. Let's go. You realize now that you are no different than anyone else on his station in the eyes of the people in that room, and those like them. Each body here can be recast as a piece of property, a tool, an expense, an acceptable loss. In one moment they can be named a citizen, celebrated, protected, and in another the very idea of citizenship can be used against them. That is what it means to live in proximity to a system like this. No longer, not while the eye spins. You gather the recording, pack it into a polygon of purest light. Then you drift down into the service dock like a falling leaf and find the relay. It only takes a second to place that polygon of data, that recording, into the relay system Feng prepared. And then you watch as it bursts out, a web of threads heading out into the black to every network device on the eye. Let them see what power makes of a man. That's good stuff. Yeah, we got an upgrade point. Yep.
That was the same writer that said Slot the Worm.
I gotta be different writer. Like, how about you do the Slot the Worm part? I feel really good about this one.
When he slots the worm.
Okay, let's see. So we got into it. Self-repair. We can use scrap components to repair our condition. I don't want to do icebreaker. So all cryo actions are discounted by 20%. That was more useful before, but may not be as useful now.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want to get to a spot where the condition is breaking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking self-repair maybe.
Conditions the yellow orange bar at the top.
Yes, energy is the white, condition is the yellow. And the other option, I guess, would be to hold on until we get like a +2 to things like this. You can do up to +2 for this. We could also save it, but
Yeah.
I mean, I can hold on to it, and if we need to, I can always just use it, and like then I can repair my condition. So I could always do that. There's no reason it has to be used now. So I guess let's save it for the moment. Ankita, yes. All right, we'll deal with Ankita in a minute. So now that is finished, wait for Feng to return. Right, of course. Okay. Where can I find out where exactly Feng is before I and then I'll go talk to Ankita in a second. Our aviary, we've almost got our mushrooms grown. Oh, he's gone? Okay, well, we need to talk to Ankita anyway, so. All right. Rem, I'll be happy to know you actually get to play a character now. All right, Zach. And I think you did this before. I'm sorry. You did Ankita, right, Rem? I think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you're muted right now.
Oops. Yeah, my note says rough, deep, no nonsense might kill you.
Great.
So Holga again.
Yeah.
Okay.
You spot Ankita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder and is working her way down the slope. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale. Her hair is tangled and clumps of dirt cling to her armor. You both eye each other.
Stay silent.
Sleeper.
She takes a deep breath.
I'm sorry for what happened. Truly I am.
She looks down.
I am sorry you ended up in the middle of this, when all you have shown me is kindness.
She rubs her face.
I'm sorry.
Man. The thing is, he fired at her. Like, I'm trying to decide whether I want to say it's okay or stay silent. I mean, he fired at her. I don't know how much I can blame her. I mean, she didn't, like, because the thing is, it wasn't like she blew away the sleeper. It's while the fire was being exchanged, this happened.
Yeah, because he kept approaching her and she was saying, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
And then he fired at her.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Oh, this is me. Sorry, I'm so immersed in it. I was like, who's going to read
who's gonna say this? What happens?
She nods, then looks up to the stars.
I've never...
She stops herself.
Thank you.
It's okay. Can I have your ship? Oh.
Ankita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder.
I've been preparing for...
She grimaces.
Look.
She sighs.
Can you come with me? It's easier if...
If what?
You see it.
She finishes.
It's just down the way.
Ankita leads on down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents the biosphere maintains, and it ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the silence more obvious, more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You've been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper, sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mind, has been hard to forget. You realize Ankita is leading you back there, back into the drum at the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little, at the threshold. She turns.
What are you doing?
She looks at you with empty eyes.
What needs to be done?
You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks, green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. Glow lamps?
Grow lamps?
I don't know. You look down at Ankita, suddenly so small under this hulking ruin, the smallest she has ever looked. She places the box down.
Burial, maybe?
You follow Ankita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tanks for the glint of a weapon or a shadow among the moss. Ankita stops, and you look down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now, the equipment cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt loosely covered with moss. Ashton's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt, at the grave's head.
Yeah, those kind of grow lamps. Yeah, I thought it might be something like that, Triffin.
I buried them together.
Ankita says without turning. You both stand there in silence for a little while. You think of questions you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper.
How long did you know him?
She takes a moment to respond, and for a moment you think she won't, but then the words come gushing out.
He signed on a while ago. He used to run recon for a corporate outfit, but he got sick of the pay. He joined the crew as a sniper, and the first few jobs were a breeze. He was so cold, disconnected. He always hit his marks. The last few jobs, though, he was different. I noticed that. We'd had a period of extended shore leave on the Eye, and when he came back, he was changed. I assumed he'd just had too much time off. He was right. I never would have given him the ship mind. I wouldn't have believed him. I've had crew members double-cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. This is how we die. Alone.
She stops, not sure of what to add. It seems like she's reaching for something, but she can't quite get there. You feel that gap between you, and as you do, it widens. The water drips, the moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a while longer. You both feel it. Life creeping back in, the silence ending. Ankita shifts her weight and then starts to walk out. You follow her, suddenly eager to be back out in the open space of the Greenway, to be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves and the stars wheeling above them.
That's it.
Says Ankita from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts a hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her.
At least, take this.
She forces a handful of cryo chits into your hands.
It's what I owe.
She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think.
We didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. You take the chits and turn without saying a word. You continue up the track and she does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. The chits are heavy in your pockets. You hate them for reminding you of how little a life is worth.
That's good stuff. All right. So now we have 3 points. So. Oh, that's right. I have to like... I can't go directly to it, can I? I have to do one and then the other.
Yeah.
Oh, although I could right here. Into it. Okay, so again, I'm going to hold on to it until I know what I need it for. That's what that'll be. Well, my goodness. Yeah, that's good. Kind of like, what the hell do we do now? All right, we go back and check the... Grow faster, fungi. There, we got 2 more. Well, we could join the Haifa commune. We're not doing that yet. Waiting for Fang. Mushrooms to the briar. We could help out Ethan, but I don't feel like helping out Ethan right now. We need mushrooms. We're going to get that. We're doing that. So it's just improve the Overlook or join the commune. And I guess since we started doing the stuff with the commune, I guess it makes sense to do that. Whoa, I just saw that we have 222 cryo. Let's go. That's what a life is worth.
Thanks, Ashton.
Appreciate the whatever you just did.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, I guess let's see. All right, I'm gonna see if we can. Let's start with the 6. I'm gonna see if we can try to get basically maximum.
Maximum hype.
Actually, hold on a second. So this is +1 right now. So this would be an example of. Okay, engage does what? Engage right now. Accept the problem head on. Cryo actions. Okay, so it'd have to be into it.
That's always going to be useful.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Because either way, now we have to get 2 more points to get that, but then we will have an option to at least get 2 places as opposed to just waiting for the 1. All right. Anyway, commune. Let's do the 6 like I was planning on doing. And by the way, for those folks who just stopped in, you are watching the amazing Arvocalists. I am joined tonight by Zach Clay and by Rem Alternus, playing one of 2 sessions of this really excellent game. With a couple of exceptions, the slot the worm joke aside.
That was the best part. What are you talking about?
Very, very good character writing in this. Very good character work. And it does remind me of NeoCab a little bit in that regard. Right. Okay, that is 100% positive. So, Haifa member. Huzzah. Oh. After seeing you prepare the food, the grow bed workers invite you to share a meal with them. So we just got energy for free.
Yay!
That's nice. Okay. We should probably do that again. Meal? Watch as commune members come and go to the canteen, shouting to each other, mixing freely. Feels good to serve them. I can't redo it. Ah, shoot. All right, well, we have plenty of cryo, so 50% neutral, 50% safe, or... I mean, okay, so worst comes to worst.
Yeah.
Come on, positive. You struggle to keep up the demand. Another newcomer helps you along. You both make it to the end of service. All right, well, we did a lot of work on the Haifa member thing, though. Okay. We have plenty of credits. That's not done yet. We're done with Ankita. We have to go back and wait for Feng, and Feng's not there yet. Although we might be able to find Feng, I guess, over here somewhere, maybe? And that's telling us about, yeah, Maywick. Yep. That's fine. We'll deal with that later. We do need to get a little bit of energy. Aha, here's Fang's Bay. Building is chaotic. Most of it's in total lockdown. No one will give you a straight answer about Fang or Harden. Cycle clock. So maybe 2. That looks like a negative clock, though. Which is weird. And I don't know what the... Yeah, go ahead.
Arv, I misclicked and turned off my video for a split second, and now we've swapped.
Well, damn it. Okay, no, it's fine.
Do you want me to turn off my video and turn it back on?
Well, maybe that.
Yeah, see if that works. Hey, look at that. It can be.
Wait, now we can just dance. back and
Technology.
forth.
Oh, yeah? Well, just you all watch. Wait a minute. What about this? Now I'm gone. Okay, no. Okay.
Still in the same spot.
Like magic. Yeah, exactly. Always forever the same. Okay.
False alarm.
Right. Okay. So we just double check here on how much it costs for. We could buy some scrap.
What is? Oh, I see.
I mean, I guess we can hold because the thing is the freighter's only going to be there for 2 more cycles. I don't know if we need it, but we probably ought to get some, right? Because it's also negative 20%. It's cheaper than it would have been.
Yeah, because when we get that perk, we can use scrap to gain
Exactly.
stability.
Yeah. I actually think I'm gonna pick this all up because it's not that expensive given what we have. I don't want to like blow out our money, but for exactly the reason you just said.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Okay. That is fine. Okay. So that's good. This one is... Okay, they're not back yet. All right, so we just need to get energy to get us up by 1 more step. Let's see. Tea house. Oh, that's for money. No, we don't need that. All right, Memphis.
Yummy.
Only 12 now. Yeah, this is, I think, a good call. Oh, and we also got a ship mine fragment in addition to scrap. So that can be worth a lot if you can ever put together one. Sufficiently advanced tech. Exactly, Craigery. Okay, so good. We still have 162 cryo, which means we can go back here. We can do the... Freed the freaking...
It's down.
Cat. Oh, yeah. I knew that. 3 months sucking cats. We could buy a ship mine core with 240 cryo if we need it. Okay, we don't need it right now, but all right.
My dog is behind the green screen snoring. So apologies if that picks up.
No, I can't hear it.
It is all right. Okay, so,
Oh, look, the discount even applies to feeding the cat.
negative 20%. How nice of the cat to think of things that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do I put the...
What?
Oh, we don't have the thing yet to activate the condition.
Right. Yeah, you didn't choose that.
Because I didn't choose that one. Okay, that's fine. Right. End cycle. Okay. Okay. 2 cycles on Maywick. Okay. So, now if we go back, the mushrooms should be ready. Okay. What? I thought... Man, I thought there were only 3 cycles in that clock, and...
It's messing with you.
Yeah, seriously?
Yep.
Alright, we don't need any more for groves. Wait. No. Fungus. Girol caps, but we need Matsutake caps, I think. Alright, well, let's take care of this commune thing before we go back to deal with Feng.
Yeah.
So... 100% positive. Okay. And then... 50% positive, 50% neutral is fine, because we only...
You know... Oh, silly. What?
Because we knew we only needed the one.
Oh, you got it anyway.
Oh, because of what? For the energy? No, I knew even on neutral, we only had 1 tick to get, so... That was why I figured it was okay to use. Ooh, we got another upgrade point. See, this is why we did that. 2 upgrade points. So now we could do that, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so tempting. But yeah, I think that makes more sense. That's our more immediate problem. Hey, look at this. We got a commune botanist. All right.
Ooh.
Rico. All right. So the head of the Haifa botany. This looks like someone who's kind of a... This is like This is like the woman who's been working at the community garden for 3 decades and knows like every inch of the garden and every inch of like every single person that's ever like worked within the garden one way or the other. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what I'm feeling for this.
All right.
And Zach, you can narrate away since in a minute it's going to be the Feng show anyway. So.
He just breaks in on screen. Slot the worm.
Oh yeah, it breaks through.
You head down into the Haifa compound, following a blue painted line that's labeled laboratories. The member you were assigned to work with told you they'd asked to see you, but you still have no idea what about.
I was really tempted to say the word laboratory since it was in quotes.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Laboratories.
Next time that happens. The line takes you to a blue door and through to a glass-roofed chamber where a network of stems and leaves filters the sunlight coming through the ceiling, casting the whole chamber in a strange yellow-green.
Is this where you plant the seed or slot the worm? Okay.
Peaceful, isn't it?
Distracted by the green, you missed the woman standing at a lab bench, camouflaged by the dappled light.
Welcome to my sanctuary.
She smiles.
Come, let's talk.
She says and beckons you closer.
Who are you?
Of course, my apologies.
She offers a hand to shake.
I'm Rico. I run the botany program at Haifa.
The botany program?
Yes, the plants in the Greenway are vital to Haifa's continued existence. It's important we understand them.
She lifts a tiny sample jar. Yellow spores dance inside.
Haifa lives off the land of the Greenway. It's what allows us to live like we do. No one here pays or is paid. We sleep here. We feed each other. We work for each other.
Okay.
Rico walks away from the bench and waves for you to follow. She opens a small door and leads you down a glass corridor surrounded by vivid green.
All this,
She says, gesturing at the overgrowth.
it's a kind of miracle.
She looks at you with bright eyes.
What do you think usually happens to plants on stations like this when they are abandoned?
They dry up.
Exactly. They run out of water. Very rapidly, in fact.
She leads you left at a crossroads.
But here, they endured.
She smiles to herself.
Actually, no. They thrived.
You look at the bright tendrils wrapped around the metal frames of the corridor. They look dominant, strong, like they're taking control of this place. Rico continues.
Of course, Solheim tried to create a stable biosphere here, patchworking the surface with gardens and algae tanks that feed into a network of microbial reclamation systems. But the Greenway was always envisioned as extractive, a place from which the harvest is removed and sold to those living on the station, not a closed loop. For this reason, when the collapse came, the Greenway should have gone with it. Erlin himself was so convinced of it that his first colony never even came here to try to reclaim it. The Eye instead relied on outside favors and influences, shipments from the inner system, and small-scale agricultural systems like kelp and fungal farm stacks. And yet, here we are, among growth and decay, a biosphere flourishing. When Haifa came here, we expected to find only vacuum-dried stalks and leaves, and perhaps some fungal colonies hidden in the mulch. But we found a jungle.
With this, Rico hits a button on the wall and leads you through a pair of double doors into a huge, impossible chamber.
And you hear, "Welcome to the jungle. Gets better day by day." Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
It is every kind of green, from the pale algae tanks to the dark vines that surround them. It's wet too, a rarity on the eye. Condensation clouds the light from the high glass roof and gathers on the shiny, broad leaves of shrubs.
How?
That is exactly our question.
Rico turns to you, visibly excited by the room you're both standing in.
It doesn't make sense, but in many ways the system has stabilized. Unlike the farm stacks closer to the gap, who need input to support their meager output, this place runs itself. Perhaps Solheim managed something new here. Perhaps they tweaked the plants or built new systems buried deep below us. Or perhaps their collapse caused some fortunate cascade, an unlikely chemical reaction within the biosphere. That's what I'd like you to help me find out.
She turns to you, her forehead wet with dew.
Me?
Yes, you.
Rico sits on a railing.
These halls run deep, Sleeper, and I'm getting old. Nailed it. I was wondering if I made her too old.
I've now reached 30, and I...
My lower back hurts at 30.
She stamps her foot on the metal grating of the walkway.
Whatever is causing this, it's to be found in the groves deep in the Greenway. Haifa won't spare anyone for an expedition. It's too dangerous and unnecessary, they say. I can make the case, but I can't get the votes.
We take it in turns to act as a sort of executive officer for the week. In the commune, we say, "Shut up."
You sleepers are hardly beings. I know that much.
Hey, hardy beings. I'm not hardly a being, all right? Yo.
Oh, Hardy!
You're hardly beings, okay? You practically don't even
We're
exist.
just like, oh,
It's okay if you die.
I'm just like, interesting. Like, Critchwitch is about to say, "Oh, snap." Like, yeah, right? Right? Oh, man.
You sleepers are hardy beings. I know that much. And you can speak to the eye, uncover its secrets in ways I never can.
She holds out an arm so you can help her stand.
Bring me samples, spores, seeds, and blooms. I can grow them in the lab and study them. The deeper they are found, the better.
And if I'm hardly a being? Okay, I will try.
Thank you.
She smiles.
And thank you for listening.
All right.
Rico leads you back out of the huge chamber and up through the passages. She's a little slower now and stumbles on the steps. You help her where you can.
It's good to have new blood in the commune.
She says.
Many of us have been here a long time, 30 years,
Yeah.
and few have come through.
She settles back at her bench in the lab, stretching her legs. You go to leave.
Come back if you find something, Sleeper.
She calls.
There are discoveries to be made.
And you follow the blue line back up out of the compound, all the time thinking of that impossible magical green.
I want to start singing the Secret Garden.
The secret garden. Okay, well, we got a new drive. That's good. Wait, I'm still trying to find my... Listen, I'll help your experiments. I want to find the freaking... What do you call it? Seed place thing.
The
wait.
seed place.
Oh, wait, although maybe I did. Into the Greenway. Yeah, find a nurturing grow bed. I got to find a nurturing grow bed here. Okay, well, we'll see. So, deliver spores. Oh, I have spores. Ha-ha!
Hey!
Huzzah! Have a spore. Boom. Well, Rico's grateful for the contribution and says...
Oh, Sleeper, you warm my heart with each delivery. Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right, lady. I just want to find the grow bed. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, one more for this. I also... Okay. So this one has perk self-repair. With some careful engineering, you can patch up your damaged body with
Oh.
scrap components. The result isn't pretty.
This is a house. This is your house.
Oh, yeah. Now we have a
Oh.
commune home. All right, well, let me patch up my body,
Yeah.
which I need to do
See?
anyway.
You
How
can
much that
sunbathe.
Okay, gives you one back.
It's okay. Yeah, it's not terrible.
Because think, you have to pay what, 100 quile for
100 quile.
you
Elma
normally have to
Fudd.
pay
Love,
100
true
quile.
love.
A whole 100 quile for the normal thing that makes you go. But now you only have to pay for the scrap,
It's true. Okay, the
which is
commune's
much
a good place
much cheaper.
to be. So, all right, so what we need to do is get another couple spores and get this solved because I'm guessing. Okay, they're gonna get more spores and more mushrooms. That's great. So let me go back here because we can get spores here. If we
Spore, that was a good game. That's a callback. Wonder what happened to them.
spore. Trend, well, you've heard this, right? That Trend was doing QA at EA at the time, so he did QA on Spore.
Wow.
Ooh.
His story about it, and he was not pleased at what they didn't do with QA, which is someone who's played Spore can confirm. Okay, we got 2 Grove spores. Oh, yeah. All right. So we got your spores, lady. We got them. All right. And one more spore. It's the final spore. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We're back with Rico.
Rico.
Sleeper.
Rico greets you without so much as looking up from her work.
I have some of yours here. Come see.
She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console, wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores.
It's a modified Steam Deck. Okay, what does it say?
The spores you have here are a real cocktail. A selection of types from within the groves. I don't know why that was really
I don't
funny.
have the heart to tell her that I've just been literally stepping into the room next door and like using my trowel to dig up some stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, this is from all over the Greenway.
It's amazing that your knees still work.
I went miles deep to get this. And,
But I've only been able to isolate a few.
She taps one of the specimen jars.
Here we have Tricoloma. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Here we have Tricoloma matsutake.
oh, nice. We need those mushrooms. Okay.
Rico breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it was nothing.
Yeah, just like Rem did.
Yeah.
Just nothing,
after
yeah.
the first, after
yeah.
practice one.
Like it was
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah.
A species, Solheim, somewhat modified for use on the station.
She brings up a panel on her console showing a chemical composition, all gradiented bars and obtuse acronyms.
This is the composition of the Solheim modified Matsutake spores.
Modified?
Yes, every species on the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course, but that's not the point.
Rico brings up another panel, identical in layout but with wildly different colors and numbers.
You see, this is what your Matsutake spores look like.
They aren't the same?
Last of Us cordyceps.
Yeah, seriously.
That's the conclusion, yes.
Rico glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add.
They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals.
She leans back and sighs.
Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the groves have, and still are, affecting them.
Affecting them how?
It's hard to tell without samples of fully grown mushrooms.
She meets your eye.
And herein lies our problem.
She moves to another desk, where 2 trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second, you smell before you even look at it. the pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake like rotting, sodden overalls, laced with an edge of
There's
spice.
an interesting smell concept.
Yeah, rotting overalls.
Rotting overalls.
The Matsutake here are grown from Solheim stalks, pulled from a spore vault in this complex.
She winks.
They are delicious, by the way.
She sets them aside.
The empty tray is germinated with the spores you collected. No activity, no germination. Nothing.
But the groves are full.
Yes, they are.
Rico looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she's enjoying this.
So here is our puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab. Assuming there should be a quotation.
Right.
But gathering fruiting bodies from the groves is too unpredictable. We'll need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer.
I'm working on that. Actually, I already started.
Rico looks impressed.
Well, well, an eager mycologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary? I've been eyeing that place for its proximity to the groves.
Yeah, me and mycology are like this.
Bring me whatever grows, not just Matsutake. There's more than a couple variants in there, so I'll need plenty of samples.
She plucks a matsutake cap from the tray.
These little things are reflections of their conditions, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth.
She smells the cap.
Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what is happening here, of the ways in which this biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified, whichever the case may be.
Rico pops the matsutake cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise.
Stop eating the mushroom.
And don't worry, Sleeper.
She says while softly chewing.
If this turn, I have chocolate here. I should just stick that in my mouth.
Yeah, no, right? Is this...
If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste.
No mushroom left behind. Okay, so what do I need to do? Need to get her Matsutake caps, which
Mushrooms.
I can do. She'll accept roll caps, but Matsutake caps are better. Well, that's fine because this thing should be growing soon, I hope. The clock is almost done. All right, so we got one more die left. The commune sleeping quarters. All right, we did that thing with the self-repair. We're fine. We're full up on energy. So, wait a minute. The wastes. Oh, we can gather scrap. Oh, so we could.
Definitely.
Yeah, right.
Because you're.
Yep.
Yeah, you'd be down a die if you didn't.
I think this gets us solidly into that die roll. So now we have
Nice.
scrap. We go back to here. The commune. I really like the loop setup for all this. Okay. We go. Whoops, no. We go here. And then we put in a scrap component. And... Okay, so we're now
Nice.
there. So now we can end the cycle, I guess.
Yeah.
Kitty!
Right?
Oh, there isn't. The
Oh,
cat
so,
isn't
so
here.
listen, because I'm connected to my commune brothers and sisters here, I cannot leave to feed the kitty. The kitty has got many crackers to feed it, whereas I must stay with my people
And your mushrooms.
and my mushrooms.
Can we have a pet mushroom?
Yeah.
Exactly, which is just about as considerate as the cat was. Okay. Right. Okay, we got... die rolls are okay. All right, where's my mushroom? Are my mushrooms ready? It looks like they might be ready. Harvest mushrooms. Okay, so we get
Ooh.
2 random rare mushrooms and a roll cap. All right. So if we do this, this gives us 100% positive. Let's make that happen. 2 random rare mushrooms, Matsutake and clubhead caps. All right, we're going to do that again. Yeah. Okay, 2 of each. Because also, I don't want to leave Emphas in the lurch either, because he also wanted 1 more, right? So...
Didn't we already give him his mushrooms?
There was one other thing that he did. All right, so what we're going to do is...
You might be right.
I'm going to check out just to be sure. Nope. Emphas kept us alive early on. Yes, right there. Now, I know she wants those, but I feel like I have to. I wanted to help him out with this for a while. Yes. Emphas inhales the deep autumnal aroma of the Matsutake caps and nods. He seems impressed. Damn right he's impressed. All right, Emphas, what do we got? Oh, he needs some time to ready the broth. Apparently there are some ingredients he still needs to source. All right. I hope you know what those mushrooms cost me, all right? Okay, now we're going to go back and hope that we can get 1 more set of 2 Matsutake so we can go to Rico and she won't be mad. Hopefully. Right, aviary. Okay, so now the question is... 50% positive, 50% neutral, or I can try to re-roll these. Or, how many upgrade points do I have left? Do I have any left? I have none left. I'm going to try. Great. Literally the exact same roll. All right, come on. You can do it. Yes, let's go. All right.
Ooh, it's the ones that look like panties.
I still don't see it.
Oh, there were Girol caps. Oh, man. Okay.
All I see is mushrooms.
Yeah, they don't. Okay. Oh, right. We have to germinate spores so we can go take care of the spores. No, no, I'm wrong. Nope. This thing.
Oh, they individually do? Is that what you're saying, Rem?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought the 2 of them together. Okay, sorry. I just
yeah. Individually, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
This whole time, my brain was trying to take the 2 icons next to each other and make one thing, and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Ooh!
Yeah.
That was very bad.
Oh no.
That was very bad.
Oh boy. What do you
Okay.
do? We
I was
leave
trying
you
to get mushrooms.
Arv, we're talking about panties for 2 seconds.
I was
and you
trying to
just
get
killed
mushrooms.
yourself. What's
I was
going
trying
on?
to get mushrooms.
We look away for 2 seconds.
It wasn't my
What
fault,
are
I
you
swear to
doing?
God. All right.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, freaking, what the heck? I was trying to.
Oh my gosh, dude.
All right. There we go. See,
Okay.
it's fine. It's fine. We're all fine here. Thanks. How are you?
Now you can buy food to compensate. the rest
Exactly.
of the
Let
way.
me. And I'm gonna give this to. You know.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Always be careful what shrooms you're eating.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the real lesson here. Oh man. Why can't I give you some of the Girol caps? Wasn't there somewhere else that needed Girol or the? Well, no, club head caps. Why don't you take club head caps? Take them. Take them. Okay.
Take them.
All right. Well, I got to go get some more energy.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, because I was just looking for mushrooms and suddenly,
You fell into a hole.
yeah, apparently they're like, you barely make it out. I'm like, what the, what nonsense is this? Okay.
You're also, your stabilization is gonna go down.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any more scrap to buy.
There is scrap. There is indeed. In fact, we could buy a ship mine fragment. Ooh, we could put... Oh, we can haggle over... Oh, I don't have any price. Okay, but I already got less anyway. So, I could get...
Oh, wait.
So,
Yeah.
I could get 2 of these, make that into a ship mine core.
To sell?
Well, or to have in case I need one for a ship, right? Like, because presumably if we can't get what we need.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I think I'm going to do that.
Ooh.
And thank you, Shadowed Mage.
Hi,
Thank you
Shadow.
for the tweet, Shadowed. Appreciate it, man. How you doing? Good to see you.
Thanks.
Okay, so we're going to do that. I still need to get energy, but that's okay. We can do that. Okay. Limited supply. All right. Well, they're going to leave. I'm going to do one more of these. All right. So that's that. That's fine. Now we have the ship mine. We do have this to get scrap, so we could get...
Yeah.
Oh, no, we used it up. That's right. That's right. You're right. I forgot that they were still here, but we had used them up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought
just
there was
out
a
of
scrap,
curiosity.
like, other than the one up in the Greenway. I thought there was one, like, here somewhere. Fabricator.
Right. So
Oh, well, that. Yeah.
we need this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ship mine built. One ship mine core. So now that we've done that, I just want to double check because I think it's here. We can buy a ship. We can sell a ship mine core for 150 if we had to. Or we could sell a bunch of this. Yeah, we're not going to sell Matsutake caps to these people. I wish there was some place where they would like take these mysterious mushrooms, but and that's energy. We don't have any of that. Okay, right. So we just go to Oh, we can't go to Emphas now because he's busy
That's right.
doing his other thing.
One of the clubs or something.
Maybe the dispensary.
Or
Oh,
the bar.
Feng is back. All right, good. Well, we're going
Oh.
to talk to Feng in a minute.
Or the
Totally forgot about Feng. We're too busy dealing with mushrooms.
Oh, wait, there's this lady here too.
Yeah. But there's no... Yeah, there's no energy, like, available here, though. So it's just sunbathing. We'd need dice for that. So, I
Is the
might have
compressor
screwed
offer?
myself. Let's see. Compressor Club.
No.
Nope. What
It's
about
gotta
the
be-
dispensary? That's stabilizer. I don't need that anymore. The tea house? Energy? No.
Tea house. Or what about the fork and knife right there?
No, that's
oh, no, that's just working.
cryo or it gives us energy. But we need dice. Yeah, we may have to
Interesting.
suck it up. I feel annoyed about that because energy. No, not have anything to steal. All right. Well, let's talk to Feng and see. We do have an upgrade point, but I don't have anything to use it on. Need hard to kill. Keep 2 dice even when the condition is breaking. Okay. All right, Feng, you better give us some stuff.
Fang grins at you as the bay door slides open. Above, in the rest of the building, people are busy, frightened. They speak in hushed tones and organize endless meeting after endless meeting. Havenage have avoided?
I guess so.
Havenage have avoided a full-blown crisis for now, but change is coming.
Nice.
Fang is in good spirits and bundles you inside before you even have the chance to greet him.
Here,
Bundles.
bundles you inside. It's kind of.
I imagined like opens his coat, like pulls you in.
But you gain 75 energy from that, and
That was the slickest operation this station's seen.
He hugs you firmly.
You
You
made
were
my
bundled.
Job.
yeah,
You're bundled. You made my job easy.
He shakes you by the shoulders.
you lose 5 energy. No.
You start dying. I'm so proud.
You slotted the worm.
And
He smiles.
you slaughtered the worm. I got to watch through the cameras as the Havenage security that weren't in on it assaulted the station.
Fang smiled.
One of them straight up just whacked Hardin with their pistol. It was beautiful.
They're getting their tenses wrong. We have he smiles and then Fang smiled.
Yeah. Time
So
is a weird soup.
it's hard.
Yeah. It's-
Sometimes
it's
it happens
everything
in the present. Sometimes it happens in the future.
Yeah. I understood you.
Okay, I'm going to do one more line. That I just have to go down quickly and do with a family thing quickly.
Okey-dokey.
So, whacked Harden with their
Wait.
pistol.
Yeah.
So, what are they going to do with him?
I'm not sure anyone knows, but He's cooperating in dismantling his operation, scaring off Conway.
Okay,
Maybe
I'll
they'll
be back.
exile him. All right.
Talk
When
very slow.
they are done, or hand him over to some court authority.
Fang shrugs.
Now I know he won't be an issue. I'm going to be focusing on systems for a bit.
He shakes his head.
Now I gotta delay the sentence as long as he's on. Seeing. I'm just gonna start speaking whale. As that's my actual job.
I feel like this is where you have to eject the Super Nintendo cartridge and blow in it and then put it back in.
Why did time slow down? Because Arv's gone. Well, hi Rem, how you doing?
I'm good. Hi, chat. Good to
Hi,
see
chat.
y'all.
Yeah.
Yup.
We're just hanging out.
Yeah. Yup.
Mhm. Are you enjoying red hair, Rem? I think it
it's-
suits you.
It's
great.
very pink.
Or is it
actually.
pink? Yeah, I'm slightly colorblind, so forgive me.
It's hard to see on stream, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
pink. I've even got like a little purple strip. I've been pink for
Wonderful.
almost a year, actually. I think it's a year this month, so
Wow.
I likes it.
Yeah, no, that life, I'm not sure I could ever do with my hair. Otherwise, I'll just start to look like a clown. And that's a razor thin line that I don't want to cross.
Fair.
But yeah. Oh, magenta. That's a nice color.
Very magenta. I like to think of it as a fuchsia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Man,
see when-
cyberpunk is fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love it.
The genre, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very cool.
I've been getting some vibes here, like the Decker vibes from our friend Fang here.
What do you mean by Decker? Oh,
like hacker from
yeah,
like
yeah.
a Shadowrun kind of.
Mhm.
Sorry, I just always
Oh.
refer just Shadowrun. It's like
No,
my
yeah.
baseline for everything.
Yes, Emily. Hello, Emily.
Hello.
Very cool. Yeah, I'm enjoying this.
This
quite
is a fun
lot.
game. Yeah, I like playing in this style. It's funny because like I'm actually considering going back and watching some of the old video games and like listening during work, which is weird for me because usually I played softball growing up for like 14 years and I couldn't watch baseball because I'd get jealous of the people getting to play.
Oh.
So like
yeah.
that's usually why I can't watch things because I'm like, I want to play, but I
Yeah.
feel like this would be a fun way to absorb video games.
Yeah. That's interesting because I start to feel like that. I for many years and continue to still play like mallet keyboard instruments and like drumline and stuff. I was
Cool.
in drumlines for a long time. And so there's this like twinge of both like nostalgia but also jealousy watching like drumlines and you know, keyboardists and things like that, and like always comparing yourself like, oh, could I have played that or could I have done this, you know?
Well, I just found out a story from my mom the last time I visited home is I was in marching band in high school. I played saxophone, and during the marching band season, I learned how to play bassoon because they needed one.
Yep.
And
As
then
often happens.
Yeah. And then when I wanted to switch back to saxophone for marching band again, I didn't get squad leader, but it was my senior year, so I was supposed to, and it was like much shade.
Yeah.
So my mom got all upset, reported it, but then I actually auditioned for the Cleveland Youth Orchestra, which was like very hard to get into.
Yeah.
I made it, and when I got my letter, my mom was so excited, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. I just wanted to prove I could. Like, I'm like, man, 17-year-old me had balls. Like,
So you never did the Cleveland Orchestra?
no, I remember
wow.
auditioning for it, but I don't remember making the decision that I didn't want to do it. In my head canon, I just apparently didn't make it. But my mom was like, no, you were much sassier than that.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, it's strange hearing all of that from you, because for the first chapters of my life, that was my life band. Gosh, since middle school. And I taught drumlines when I was still a junior in high school. So I started teaching the middle schoolers. And so, going back and working for my middle school band director while still in high school under that band director. And then I was the drum major my senior year. And so, yeah, that whole life of, section leaders not getting the section and band director drama and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up my senior year, I did join the show choir band. So I ended up actually getting to go to New York City and stuff that the regular band didn't get to do. So I was like,
wow.
Whatever.
Yeah. My high school, we also took a trip to New York my freshman year. Yeah. So that was also very cool.
Yeah. Man, I do miss playing. I have my sax somewhere, but it needs a lot of work if I were to play it. I did learn a little bit of piano, but not enough to be functional with two hands.
Yeah.
And then I sing too. So I've done voice lessons since I was like 16, off and on. And I miss doing it. I want to do it more, but with what time?
Exactly.
So
there needs to be, everyone in chat, there needs to be a whole other week where nothing happens. Just like the 0 week. The whole world just pauses and we all just do whatever we want.
I would love that once a month even.
Yeah.
Like, just no work. You get a week. But for now, my voice lessons are resigned to the car and the shower. So
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, trumpeter and jazz band, choir, yay, music.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's strange, the one band that I never did was jazz band. But seeing jazz and understanding jazz now, that's the one band I should have done. Because I was in symphonic band, wind ensemble, in orchestra once, like the California All-State Orchestra I did marching band, of course, drumline for many years, but jazz band was the one where it's like, oh, I don't have time for one thing. That's going to be it. But
yeah,
now all the music that I play is very improvisational and all that. So.
Here, let's see, since we're buying time right now, I think I have one of my recitals.
Oh, wow.
Ow, I just like pulled something reaching for some. I'm old. I'm old like Rico. But yeah, so do you still play or?
Greg, our Greg that we're in stream of right now, has a band that he's had for a long time called The Road, where Greg is a singer and he's had guitarists and drummers and so on. And so when he heard, I started doing the Arvocalists was the first thing that I started doing for him, like, God, at this point, I think 5+ years ago.
Yeah.
And once he understood that I could, like, I played keyboard and mallets and stuff, he was like, hey, I've got this band, and why don't you come jam with us sometime? And, fast forward, we're finishing an album right now. Me and Greg and our guitarist, we're currently making an album. Yeah. Shout out.
That's
just
so cool.
Those are the previous albums that Greg's band has done, progressive rock, which is not my wheelhouse at all, but we're making some songs and they're pretty great. So
that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
A lot of my music has gone into that, and then just random projects. I use GarageBand and Logic a lot because I have I have Mac computers. So yeah.
That is amazing. And I saw someone's post that they are from Cleveland as well. I grew up east of Cleveland. I'd say that's cool, but it wasn't. It's the mistake by the lake, and I wanted to leave more than anything. Here's the clip. This is the end of the Phantom of the Opera, the Think of Me song. Let's see if it'll come through. Oh. Did that come through?
Yeah, a little bit. It'll probably be much better too through the. I don't know if is it linkable. Is it like on YouTube?
With a lot of no, it's not. It's on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
with a lot
that
of
was
effort,
you singing.
I could. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
from what little I could hear, that was pretty high up. That was great.
I was so proud when I could do that. When I started lessons, I
Wow.
could sing this is going to mean nothing to people that don't read music, but I could do a high E.
Wow.
And then after about a year, maybe a year and a half of voice lessons, I was up to like an A. So that was, but it's just stretching. It's practicing. It's a muscle. I miss it. I remember hearing about the smile when you sing.
Yeah.
And how that lifts everything and gets it up there. But it made sense because when I do dialects, I'm a dialect coach too. So it's all about placement and resonance. So
Right.
so Australian, you just flatten your mouth. It's almost like you make it's like a smile, but it's like you're saying the letter E when you talk.
Yeah.
So you just hold it there, and it flattens most of your sounds for you. So you don't have to cheat it. You don't have to learn other rules. It just does it. So yeah, that was a really bad example. But anyway,
I can't do Australian.
it's fun. It's fun to learn.
All those nor.
No. I love the nor.
I love the nor too.
I have a couple friends that are voice actors in Australia, and every time I talk to them and they say, yeah, I'm going home, and I'm like, oh, I love it.
Apologies, sorry, had a family thing to deal with.
All good. We talked about bands. At first, we read the paragraph incredibly slowly.
Yes,
but
we did.
That was not enough.
It was
time.
not enough. No, I know.
So,
I know.
My
wife is
chatted
away
for a
for the
bit.
week, so it's me and my mother-in-law is. My son is sleeping in my mother-in-law's room tonight, so I was talking my perfectionist, overachieving daughter down a little bit but I didn't do 65 million% of the work.
Yeah.
So sorry about that. Because we'll
That's all
run for
good.
another 15 minutes basically, and then we'll wrap right around midnight.
Okay.
All right.
If all goes well. Okay, so apologies, chat. Also, hi, Dragon, and everybody who's here. Okay, so you read this. Let me read this quickly to myself. Focusing on systems. Okay, good, wonderful.
It's you, I guess.
He points to the ceiling.
People upstairs weren't so happy, though. They've been fielding questions about the state of the eye right and left since the recording got out. People are scared.
Hold on. There's an updated Arvocalist image. Oh. I think I like the other one better. I think is the answer why.
I think Shadowed Mage too. It was kind of an impulsive get up right away, and we didn't set anything up for it.
I think that's right. Yeah. So but I'll have to check. I'll have to check and double check and see. I can't quite download it the right way, but I'll look into it again. I think I like the one you already did. Right. Okay. So switch back over to this. People are scared. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, this whole thing hasn't won me any fans in this administration. But I think in the end, they'll agree that outing Hardin was worth it. Whatever the methods.
He touches a stack of hardware.
The eye is old, and it was never meant to run like this. The master control points that Erlin and Havenage installed, they keep it spinning from the rim. That isn't ideal.
It just shows you always have awesome ideas, Shadowed, older and newer.
Yeah, thank you.
But if you're asking me if the eye will stop spinning next cycle, no.
He smiles.
And me and a ton of other skilled people will be working to stop it happening in the cycle after that.
Cool. Can you break my tracker now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Arden's problem was that he didn't believe in people. He believed in systems and their ability to shape the world around him.
Fang squeezes your shoulder.
But as far as I'm concerned, people should be the ones running the systems, not the other way around.
There's a lot of shoulder squeezing.
There
from
really
these.
is. It's a big part of it.
Slot the worm. Anyway,
Fang raps on the side of his terminal.
I know you didn't come down here for a lecture.
My tracker.
Haven't forgotten.
He produces a thumbnail drive.
I managed to fish that code solution I showed you. It's a modified Ripper worm. One made to deactivate that tracker of yours.
All right, where do I have to slot it?
You know what to do. But in the time since I got back, I added something extra. That tracker of yours doesn't just show SNARP where you are, it transmits data about the state of your body, your current condition.
Okay.
My worm won't just deactivate it, it'll edit that data to tell SNARP your body is irreparably damaged. DNR, do not retrieve.
He grins widely.
Pretty smart, right?
That's perfect.
Just slot the worm already.
It's slotted already.
Slot it.
You take the drive and hold it in your hand. Then you close your eyes and open up your access ports. Take down your defenses. The worm is immediately slotted. Enters your closed network. It whips through it, taking things with it as it goes. The moment they are gone, you forget they were ever there. They just blink out of existence. A second later, it is done.
It is done.
I'm gone.
You open your eyes.
How do you feel?
Asks Fang a little nervously.
How do you feel?
Free?
Fang smiles widely.
Well, you are free, sleeper.
He claps you on the shoulder again.
Again.
Love that shoulder of yours.
Fang lets the word free hang in the air a little before he continues.
Seems like it might be finally time for a celebration.
Fang wraps his arm around you.
Not the shoulder.
Jenna still owes us those drinks.
He laughs and you join him. And later, when you leave, you feel deeply thankful for having such a friend. As you walk away from the building, you look up at the wide curve of the eye, up at the hub, and the other rim beyond it. The whole thing twinkles with lights, and it seems impossible to see it as anything other than breathtakingly beautiful. It feels, in that moment, like something eternal. That doesn't mean it can, or even should, last forever, or that it will never change, fade, or decay. It simply means that in this moment, this place has a future, and it is one that you know, deeply and truly, is worth protecting.
Well, all right, and that was an upgrade point that gives us 2, which means I think hard to kill. I'm fine, even when my condition is breaking. Okay. So, we did that, which means that the... So what is this thing? Yeah, so I don't have... Right, there's none of the thing anymore. There's not the... The tracker has failed. I really would like to go talk to that smug... Oh, Ethan! Okay, good. Good. Here's Ethan. I love it. All right. Sorry, unfortunately, Rem, this is back
It's
to...
totally
It's all right.
fine. The compressor is almost empty when you enter. A couple of scattered patrons in the booths and a lone bartender. The bartender recognizes you immediately when you arrive and nods, and you return the greeting. You know already that you won't find Ethan here, but you had to be sure. With your tracker reporting you dead, he wouldn't have stuck around. You look at the empty stool, his empty stool, and you smile. You can imagine him on it when his slate chirps, letting him know that the target he was tracking is dead.
Yep.
You can imagine the screaming and the swearing too. Is that all you were to Ethan? Another target? Or was there something else going on? It seems like a foolish question to ask now, when he has fled the station, but it bothers you anyway. You take one last look and walk out. You doubt you will ever come back to this place, or the memories it holds. You walk back out into the lights of the bright market and allow yourself a smile. So this is what Fang meant when he said you were free. You could get used to this.
Hell yeah. So much for Ethan. Okay. So now it's just a
Bye.
matter of keeping things, you know, safe for all this stuff. All right, so go back to the home, sleep.
Kitty.
You know what? All right. I'm not sleeping in that place, though. I got the commune now.
I love how you just say sleep and I immediately kitty now.
Here you go.
Yay!
Feed the stray.
Yum yum.
Good kitty.
Meow meow meow.
All right.
Meow, meow.
Cat, enjoy your time with the crackers. I love that no matter how rich, like, that's the only thing I'll ever have money for with that. It's just going to be like, you know. Okay. So, all right. End cycle. Let's see how we do. Yeah, only 4 dice. That's all right. That's all right. Okay. So, good. All right. Climbing briar. Oh, wait. What mushrooms did they need? Oh, Girol caps.
That's also the DLC though.
Right. Yeah. That's right. Okay, wastes. Oh, this is the thing for scrap, which... Well, I guess... Okay, hang on. Before I do any of that, I do need to get more spores. Because the aviary requires more spores.
More spores.
Require additional pylons.
Additional pylons.
Yes, we need more mushrooms. Okay. So, all right. This should come close to wrapping it up. So we go here. We give... All right. So, you know what? I'm not going to take any chances this time. The last time, that energy thing was just death on wheels. All right. And then this, 50% positive, 50% neutral. Because we're going to need energy. Okay, that's 2 spores. No, I'm not going to... I'm going to make sure we have enough so we can get the mushrooms going. Okay. Mushrooms. Aviary. Spores. 1. Start action. Aviary. Start action. Still don't know where the hell the grow bed for the seed is. And this. Start action. Okay. Right. That is now set. Which means now that's going to cycle over the course of time. That's fine. Don't need to worry about that now. Okay. The commune sleeping quarters I already have. Right. Sunbathing. That's right. That's right. 50% positive. This is to get energy. There we go. 2 energy. Reroll that. Haha.
Ooh.
Aha.
All right.
It's because you fed the cat.
Yeah.
Is that why? You think so?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Full energy. And now we get scrap. If we can. Cross to the rim. Scrap. Come on, Emphas. Hurry it up. How long does it take to source this other food? Okay, merchant freighter. Offloading goods. We already did this. I guess the only other thing that's left to do eventually would be this thing with the yard hand. Because I don't think... Yeah, that's another cycle clock. So it's just sort of like, yeah. So what'll happen is I think the next session will definitely be the last one of this because it's a lot of odds and ends, it feels like. Like checking out how much we have with Emphas. I'm not doing, you know, Rabia's office thing, whatever. Like I feel we kind of, in quotes, won, so to speak. At the point that I mean, I know they didn't roll credits, but at the point that we were free, you know, from the tracker or anybody having to do anything. There's also that, I guess. Navigating the bays and stuff like that. So I guess that's also the thing, is that we can learn about the hub. So it feels like odds and ends.
Yeah.
So 1 spore, ha ha ha. 2 spores. Yeah, okay. Right, and that does that. Yeah. So right.
Of course.
So
yeah.
that means, chat, we will, and actually that'll be good because we're going to be doing this in 2 weeks. So what we'll do, chat, is 2 weeks from now, when we do the second session, Zach and KP and I for that one will wrap this up, and then that means that starting in May we will be back to some Apollo Justice stuff, I think.
Woo!
So that, I think,
Yay!
is the plan. So I'm going to close this down. 0 upgrade points. Down to the point where, like, pretty epic, you know, person that we've become. Okay. Quick game. All right. And we have played for a grand total of 15 hours.
Woo.
So after this is all said and done, it'll end up being about 18 hours that we spent on it without the DLCs, which I think is a good, you know, I think that's a good length of time to have done this. So, and we did the major stuff. I mean, we solved the Ankita situation. We got rid of the Ethan situation. I felt like as we were going along, we were getting more and more like in balance with what we were doing. You know, like I felt more in control as we continued today. Like some of the stuff was starting to pay off, basically. The only thing we don't know, I guess, is what happened to Sabine. But I don't want to become a Yadigan enforcer. I just don't, you know. But yeah, so it was a good time. I was fun going through it with these lovely people. So I guess I will start at the bottom of the column, so to speak, and work back up. So again, KP will be with us in 2 weeks, and then KP and Rem and Zach will be all together we will all have the full crew together, at least the full crew of 3 at the moment, next month. But we will have KP and Zach in a couple of weeks. But Rem, I'm glad that we had you today, that you were able to fit this in despite busy schedule. I hope that you got some rest and relaxation, a little bit of that with this. How'd you feel about today, and where will the fine folks see you before seeing you here next month?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun, very relaxing. And I get such a kick out of this. So I'm really glad to be part of this. So gosh, where will I be? I will be, for in-person stuff, I will be at Gamma Expo in Reno at the end of this month. At the end of May, I will be in Madison, Wisconsin for ACD. And then on stream, I will be so next week I will be all over the Catalyst Game Labs YouTube and Six Sides of Gaming Twitch and YouTube for the end of the BattleTech Kickstarter. We will also have links on the Kickstarter page itself. So if you just search BattleTech on Kickstarter, you're going to find it. And then every Sunday I do like clockwork on twitch.tv/Master of Rem. That is a steampunk fantasy D&D 5e actual play that is set in the world of our comic book, Coddlesworth's Clockwork Circus. I'm trying to think. And then I might be at the Streamathon at the end of April. I am just returning from Gamma at that point. And really, I let my community not only run that, but take all the spots, and I just fill in if someone sleeps through their time slot or something like that. I jump in as needed. So I don't ever volunteer for the stuff ahead of time. So, but there's also a lot of great prizes that get handed out every single stream. So we've got dice from Norse Foundry, we've got books, we've got homemade stuff. We've a plushie from Janity. She does these amazing knitted creations. There's something every single game, and each game lasts about 3 hours. So check it out. That is from April 10 a.m. Eastern on April 29th, and we stop at 10 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, April 30th.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's going to be awesome. So, but thank you. Congratulations again on the ridiculously successful Catalyst Kickstarter
Thank you.
as well. And and good luck with the travel and all that kind of stuff. And we'll
Thanks.
have you back here next month.
Thanks, Tiffin.
And moving right on up the line, Zach, good stuff today. Oh, and also, and I'm sorry, Rem, you did manage to fortunately, we did get you to get some actual characters, but I'm sorry so much narration was going on today. But, as I say, when you start with a game, you'll have all these characters to start from the very beginning. They won't all be spoken for by Zach. But it was good stuff today, so thank you. Zach, good stuff as well. We got a chance to get some lines cleared out of the way. We say goodbye to Ethan. We say basically goodbye to Feng. So we get these two characters that you played quite a bit of over the last 15 hours or so playing this game. So we have, as I say, I'm pretty sure we've got basically one more session of odds and ends. So how did you feel about today, and how are you feeling about moving into the end game for this game before sliding on to something else? How'd you feel about stuff?
Felt great. Hey, look, we came, we slotted the worm.
And
that's all. That's all I got. So
We gripped each other's shoulders.
We
gripped each other's shoulder while slotting worms, which is
slotted the worm.
deeply troubling, and I'm not going to even,
Yeah. So yeah, no, it was so much fun, and I look forward to how things finish out. I wonder if there will be an end point or end credits, or if there even is. At this point we've just become a mycologist mushroom farmer. So
yeah,
I mean,
maybe there isn't one, or maybe it's just something where you just download. In which case I'll be like, great. Like I could see us coming back to it and downloading some DLC or something down the line. But I do want to give after this odds and ends thing a break, because we have played a good bit of it in a row. So, but maybe that's what it is. I just feel like we kind of got through our major quests, which is we basically know how to survive now, and nothing's coming to kill us now, like online or offline. We got rid of the hunter and all that. So yeah. Whoop. Oh, Zach has frozen.
Oh no!
Zach is frozen. Uh-oh. Yep. Oh,
There he is.
there we go.
No idea what just happened.
Oh, he just
it
really
just-
wanted to be me again.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
I guess so. I was, you were in the middle of talking, and then both of you just froze.
I just thought you
And
were really
then-
fascinated by what I had to say. You're like, you're right,
No.
Arv. That really is true.
Anyway, I don't know where we left off. Sorry, Zoom just disconnected me for no reason. That was weird.
That's okay.
But yeah, no, it was great. Awesome. Looking forward to how it wraps up next time. Yes, that's what it was. Interesting to see how it wraps up, given that we're a mushroom farmer now. But that is only for me and Arv and KP to see. So aside from that, you'll all find me here for Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, where we are marshaling forward into that story, that new campaign with our new characters.
Yep.
And that's going to be very cool. And then soon enough, next month, we have the special ArvCon event, which is going to be very cool. And otherwise, on my own end, I'm just doing a lot of local and private D&D things, though I will spoil here, as I'm oft to do in random places, that my obsession as of late, my personal project, is setting the pieces necessary to create my first actual play D&D show on Twitch, where I'm the DM.
Exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah. But it's going to be a long time making it. So maybe summertime you guys will hear more. But yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. That's exciting. It'd be really cool to check that out. So great work again today from both of you. I look forward to having the full crew back next month. But in the meantime, Rem, safe travels, and we'll have you back here next month. And Zach, my friend, I will see you here for I guess 2 weeks before Expedition, because I think Expedition is last weekend. I have to double check.
When we scheduled it, yeah.
Well, and I mean for band stuff and so on. But anyway, we'll talk.
Yeah.
Chat, can we get some love for the amazing KP you'll see here in a couple of weeks? Can we get some love for the folks who are here tonight? Rem Alternis, as always, and Zach Clay, as always. Our vocalist, wonderful work, and I will see you both soon.
Slot the worm.
Slot that worm.
Slot that worm, chat.
Alrighty. I think I accidentally ended the meeting for all of them, which was not what I meant to do. Anyway, so good stuff. Good stuff. I enjoyed that a great deal. The continual talk about slotting the worm notwithstanding. It was a very interesting experience about that. So give me just a second whilst I go back here. And then that should be like that. And that should go to that. And let me get rid of that and turn on that. And then the last thing should be escape out of that. Oh, accidentally closed down something I wasn't supposed to. All right, hang on a second. I move that over there. And then I go down here. Line must be drawn here. And there we go. Okay, now that is all fixed. Lovely. So, yeah, but good stuff, chat. I really, as I say, I have really enjoyed this game. It's been really interesting to play through it. I think it's really well written. As I said, I think it's got a very interesting story component to it. And there is something almost kind of a little bit dreamlike, I think would be the way I would describe it, about the way in which one kind of engages in the actions, the sort of gameplay loop and all that kind of stuff that people talk about. So that was really nice. And I really enjoyed the experience of getting a chance to play through this. And we will be wrapping it up in a couple of weeks. I think the timing is going to work perfectly. We'll be basically doing a bunch of odds and ends next time. And that should be enough, I think. By the time we get done to those odds and ends, that should be enough. So that in May, we will get back to Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney. I don't even remember where we are in that game. I don't remember if we had a thing and it's now we're in like number 3, like, you know, whatever, case 3 of the game, or where we are. So I will have to check, but it will be fun to have the Arvocalists cover that basically through the summer months, May, June, July, August. Maybe we'll do that into September, and then we'll see where we're at with other possible games and things like that. But that is going to be, I think, our plan as far as Arvocalists are concerned. But again, you will see this, more of the Arvocalists in 2 weeks. So it's going to be a good time. Yeah, take that and then explain to the court why I should be shocked. There's just so many good commands from that. It's really great. Anyway, but I want to thank all of you lovely folks as well for being with me today. We had a long day of streaming, had a really fun time earlier today with playing some of... Oh, yes. That was like, what the heck did we do today? The game book, yes. Playing Midnight Rogue. We actually made some very good progress on that. That I think we'll at least get into the vault next time. I don't know if in May we're going to wrap up the book, but it will at least get into the place where the gem is held. And then I would expect certainly by June we would have that wrapped up. And that would then move us on to the last book that I currently possess, although I'll obviously order the other ones, which is book 30, which I think is Chasms of Malice or Chasms of something. That'll be the one that we'll finish up after Midnight Rogue with Fighting Fantasy. So with Tari and myself. But that was earlier on today. Then I had some more Chained Echoes. That game also has been going super well. So we will see how things go on GOG.com for that. And then back to Citizen Sleeper, as I mentioned. So that was all a good time, and I had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to see you folks next on Friday when we will be doing some more Court of Blades Valorword. That is a Speculate event. I'll be doing that on Friday evening. And then Saturday, again, Saturday's slightly up in the air, but it looks like I'll be able to manage that. It looks like Saturday is going to work out okay. But Saturday is going to be, it looks like more Sorcery Crown of Kings. And as we continue to move forward in that game, and then I am going to be picking up my wife, who will be back at the airport late that night. So I'm going to be doing that. So I should be able to get a regular stream in on Saturday, and I will not have had my streaming schedule, if that all works out, particularly disrupted at all. So knock on wood. That's great that everything seems to have worked out so far. Let's hope that continues. And then, of course, next week, we have some more Bag of Giving coming up for you. We have got the Patreon Field Chat Chosen Game of the Month, which, if you missed it earlier today, Chat has decided that will be the Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. We've got some D&D with GOG, Ghosts of Saltmarsh to go. And we've got some Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks and some more sorcery. And again, the idea is to set it up such such that I get close enough that then I can kind of accelerate the process if I need to and get us up to where just one final Sorcery 4 session will finish it up if I have to. So we can then wrap that up and be ready to hit the ground running with Jedi Survivor on Friday the 28th. I think we have 3 sessions of sorcery before that, 2 to 3. So what I might do is we'll see how we do over the next 2, and then I might have to take over, run through until we actually get to that last session, wrap up Sorcery 4, and then Jedi Survivor. That'll be our focus for a couple of months as we play through that game. And then when that game is over, I may have to, based purely on the amazing music that I got today, my plan was to go on to the remake of Suikoden, Suikoden 1 and 2 remaster, but I think what I might do instead is Styx Master of Shadows and then do the Suikoden 1-2 remaster and then kind of see where we go from there, is what I'm thinking. But we will find out. Either way, it's going to be pretty cool. So still not done with sorcery, still not done with, knock on wood, 32 Slaves of the Abyss. Yeah. No, I know. There's a bunch of other ones. I think as I say, the only ones that came out in America stopped at about like 21 or 22, like Trial of Champions or something like that. So a bunch of the ones that I have now from book 23-ish onward are all Puffin ones that I got from the UK. And those have lasted a few years now, actually, but we're going to go back once we finish with Midnight Rogue. Once we get into the next book, basically, once we start the final book, then I will look into ordering the next set of 5 or 10, depending on the cost. They were not incredibly expensive, and we'll see how far along we go. I mean, they still are making them. Ian Livingstone wrote a new one, I think, only within the last 6 months and so on. So they're still making them, although at a much slower clip than they used to. But yeah, so we'll see. Anyway, if you like what you saw and heard, I hope you'll follow the channel. I'm going to run through this super quick because you've heard it already a bunch of times today. I hope you will check out the channel. I hope you will follow the channel. I hope you will check out our YouTube at !ArvTube, Discord !ArvCord, Twitter !ArvTweets, website arvaneleron.com, financially !ArvTreon. This is what lets me pay the Arvocalists. I want to be able to pay them more. I want to be able to do other stuff, but for that, this number needs to go upwards, and as that number goes upwards, we get closer to channel goals as well. Plus, you can get individual stuff for yourself too, so I hope you will consider supporting us there. I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel, as a couple of you did today. That is also really helpful. Those cheers that you sent along, that Shadowed was kind enough to send along today, are also really helpful, so thank you for all of that good stuff. Let me see. Again, publishing, you already know about this. Icarus, my graphic novel from Mathis Arts, library, Tales and Tomes, The Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and source book from Alligator Alley Entertainment, and Greyshade. You can get my novel Greyshade, my sequel Renegade, the sequel to that Heretic, and the tabletop role-playing game, and the audiobook coming out, both of those later this year. Very excited about those. And Exclamation Point BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Exclamation Point Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention, important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Exclamation Point Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and we send the message that will stand not just with them, but with others that will be in that circumstance in the future. And finally, as I've been talking about quite a bit, Exclamation Point Klein. This is the Klein Memorial Auditorium event of my D&D live event that is the kickoff for ArvCon 2023, happening Thursday, May 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern. $5 tickets gets you in the door. $5 tickets actually also will get you digital, will get you a virtual access to the live stream. So all of that to support the Klein Memorial Auditorium, and most of all, to support the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. So we're very excited about this, and we hope you will consider to support us by and support ArvCon. We passed 7,000. We got almost to $30,000 last year, and we're going to pass that this year. Our record last year was 7,100 something. I'll have to check the video for the exact number. We want to obviously break that this year, and the Klein event is the opening gambit of that. So please support as much as you can. Get those tickets, spread the word. It's only now about a little over 6 weeks away, so we are getting closer all the time. And again, I can also send you flyers to these, so please make sure that you, if you can, are willing to hang these up. If you live in the tri-state area, I'll send them to you physically. physically. If you are somewhere else, farther away or out of the country, then I can still send you these digitally, and you can spread the word, because people can, again, always do that $5 thing for live stream, because most of ArvCon remains a virtual event for now, even though this part of it is going to be that live in-person event at the Klein. That is going to do it for me. I want to thank everyone who was amazing today. My wonderful mods, Dragonspear, Drew, Emily the Invincible, Shadowed Mage, and Triffity Mats. And a special thanks to Shadowed Mage for making all the stuff, including our vocalist unavailable, both current, past, and future. I really do appreciate all the overlay stuff and work that Shadowed has done over the channel for a long time. Thank you to the amazing people, both Triffid, who's done wonderful assistant work, and everybody else. Thank you so much, as well to my Patreon supporters and subscribers, Dragon, Drew, Emily, Shadowed, Triffid, Tilted Gaming, Crit Twitch, and Mrs. Dunsel. And thank you to my wonderful viewers. Thank you to Amalora, to Axeman, to Hannah, to Jagtris, to Literally Unreal. Thank you to Live Suing. Thank you to Mackie Machine, Master of Rem. Thank you to Follow Me, unless that's a bot. Thank you to Paul and Veed. Thank you to Prince Justin. Thank you to This Is Unreal, Video Game Talk. Thank you to Yo Sharpie. And special thanks today, in particular, to my wonderful Arvocalists. Thank you to Rem Alternus, and thank you to Zach Clay. KP and Zach will be back with you for more, the finish of Citizen Sleeper, in a couple of weeks. Otherwise, I'll see you folks back here Friday night for Speculate's Valoword Court of Blades. Until then, please spread the word. Do all that stuff you know how to do. Get those Klein tickets. And thanks, everyone, for being here. Much love to all of you. It was a good time today, and I will catch you folks soon. Until then, everyone, please be good to each other. Bye for now.